Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Trump told us last night.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
Blaming Biden-era inflation for making things unaffordable and open borders that led to an illegal immigration invasion. And the president said in a primetime White House address,
"We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore."
He touted the money raised from all his tariffs on imports from around the world, and the commander-in-chief gave out bonuses.
If you enlisted in the U.S. military in recent weeks or even decades earlier, the check's in the mail. President Trump announcing a warrior dividend or Christmas bonus for our forces. The dollar amount has special meaning. 1776, in honor of the country's 250th birthday.
Nobody deserves it more than our military.
The Senate's Democratic leader was not impressed. Chuck Schumer, in a statement, says the president's speech shows he lives in a bubble, completely disconnected from the reality everyday Americans are seeing and feeling, adding unemployment's going up, prices are going up. We will get an inflation update this morning, expected to show a slight increase last month in the annual rate of consumer prices. The manhunt continues for the Brown University shooter who murdered 2 students, wounded 9 Saturday.
There's actual physical evidence, there's DNA evidence, there's a lot of evidence that we're collecting to ensure that we can find the answer.
Providence Police Chief Oscar Perez. There are 2 persons of interest they've released pictures and videos of, asking for help IDing them. Nick Reiner appeared in court in Los Angeles, but his arraignment was pushed back to January on charges he murdered his parents, famed movie director Rob Reiner and Michelle. Reiner's lawyer, Alan Jackson, says they must follow a process.
Not with a rush to judgment, not with jumping to conclusions.
None of us hit the jackpot last night, so the Powerball fortune has ballooned again up to $1.5 billion for Saturday, the 7th largest lottery prize ever. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Morning Extra, only on Extra 106.3.
Morning, y'all. Tug and Los until 10. Carlos Medina out until the beginning of the year. My buddy Ben Burnett, my neighbor, my compadre, has joined me early this morning. Man, I can't believe you got up this early.
All the time, dude. I'm fine. I just show up and throw up.
I know.
We got no notes, 4 hours. Woo! We're going to see who we can make mad. And if I make them mad,
it's actually a benefit.
It's a good deal for the station regardless.
That's what I'm saying. It's actually a benefit. Because then people be calling and engaged, and then they hate listen.
We're going to get some today because you and I, Tug and I are on the same page on the macro stuff about 85% of the time.
Yep.
But that's not really what you want to listen to. You guys wanted somebody to be mad at, and I'm him.
Yeah, right. I am him.
I'm him.
Like my son. You know, he's a college ball player, and he was like, Dad, he's him. You know, and I remember when he was playing football, before he gave up football, stopped playing football going into the junior year to focus on baseball. His last couple years, though, he played against Travis Hunter over at Collins Hill.
Yeah.
And he was like, Dad, he's him.
I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's definitely, like, I know you think I'm a pretty good athlete. I'm not
exactly.
So sure.
That's exactly what he said. He was like the best athlete I've ever seen, and it's nothing even compares.
I believe it.
Yeah, and they played them twice in the same year.
Playoffs?
Yeah, it was in the playoffs, and obviously the things did not go well for Alpharetta there.
Did Jacob have the honor of guarding him? He might be the best wide receiver in Georgia high school football history.
Yeah, man, he's pretty good. Jacob was,
and I'm a Frank Core guy.
Yeah,
I think Frank Core would probably say that too.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
Travis Hunter, he's him.
I saw some Frank Core footage because I've been watching.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
it reminds me of the old days.
Yeah, watching him play football. Yeah,
you see my ass way off to the side, not anywhere near that field.
Yeah, right. Were you on the team though?
No, he was after me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
he was a very, I mean, he's still 25 years later, 30 years later, he's still a legend of Georgia high school athletics.
Yeah, Frank Core.
I was fortunate to see a lot of you probably never see that again.
Yeah, no, that's right. Hey, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated super early, wasn't he? Right when he got drafted or something.
That was like a month after he was in the big leagues.
Okay.
I mean, but I tried to explain this to my kids who were 12, 10, and 9.
Yeah. Like how great Frank Core was?
Well, no, just dude, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And they're like, what?
Oh, yeah, exactly, because they don't know what that is anymore.
And I was like, there hadn't been that long where the cover of Sports Illustrated or the cover of Rolling Stone is they'll bury you with that.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. And now it doesn't even.
It's like, what? What's that?
What is that? Nobody knows what that is.
Everything has changed.
Yeah. No,
but to Jacob's point, I mean, if you're going to get run over by somebody, Travis Hunter's a great story to tell.
He's like, I've never seen a guy just do what he did. He said it was just different than anybody else on the field.
Yeah.
And obviously he goes on in college and does well, wins the Heisman, and now in the NFL. But
I saw Roddy White when I was in, and it was the same kind of. I'm not sure he's an NFL Hall of Famer.
No.
But he's like a Falcons guy that is
Ring of Honor fella.
Really, really, really special athlete.
Yeah.
And that was one of those dudes where you could tell it was like he doesn't move like
everybody else does. Yeah. he's running laps around.
John Stinchcomb was another. He got hurt. He was a senior and I was a freshman, but you could tell that he just looked. I mean, when you're a 5'9", 140-pound, outside linebacker, and you got some guy who's 6'4", 320 going to Georgia who's left-handed.
Yeah.
And it was like,
well,
you should probably look at playing tennis.
Yeah. And you did.
Yeah, and I did. But
a scholarship. Ben is not giving himself enough credit. He's a scholarship athlete over at Samford University playing tennis, so he did pretty well himself.
I mean, but it was like barely a scholarship athlete compared to there. But there's when you look at.
You know how many scholarships I got?
I get it, but I'm also like, well, nobody ever wants to hear. I've had this conversation with people all the time. It's like, just because you were a talented guy at a certain level, like Bucky McMillan is a friend of mine who's the head basketball coach at Texas A&M.
Yeah, came from Samford.
And he is salt of the earth, white dude, point guard, played at Birmingham Southern. It's not even a college anymore.
Yeah, closed.
And he said, dude, the thing that people don't realize is that the game is the game is the game is the game. Now, I wasn't 6'9" and couldn't jump through the gym, but I knew the game as well as anybody.
Yeah.
I knew tennis as well as anybody.
Sure.
I'm just plumpy.
And like to eat too much and drink too much. Maybe not then. I know now you do.
But
so do I.
But there's a lot of... But that doesn't mean you don't know the game.
No, that's right. No.
And it doesn't mean that they know more about the game. They just have a different ability.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
So... you tell Jacob to hang in there. He may get Travis Hunter one day.
Yeah, as a coach.
Got him.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Phillip Rivers, how great is that to watch?
It's terrific, dude.
He did not fall on his ass like I thought he would.
No, dude, he threw a touchdown. How about that? And, dude, social media blew up. The notifications, retired quarterback throws his first, touchdown. I saw he got 5 because he played on the active roster Sunday. He gets 5 extra years of health insurance from the NFL. Nice. I was like, damn, he was a good enough quarterback. He may come back at 49 just to see if he can. Absolutely. See if he can get 5 more years. Somebody will. I got all them
stretch
kids.
This thing into Medicare.
Yeah, that's right. I got all them kids I got to take care of.
Good for him.
Yeah, no, it is. And I didn't know about him about his trash talking ability.
Oh my God!
I don't know how.
So my dad went to NC State,
Okay.
so they've always he and my brother
favorite.
love Phillip Rivers.
Been a favorite. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean he doesn't swear.
Because he's a good Christian man.
Am I wrong
about that?
I know. I think you're right. He's got 10 kids. I would guess he's a very strong Catholic.
Yeah, that's right. Birth control is not an option.
Yeah, but some of the Protestants would have been like, "There's a vasectomy. It's like $300 or $400."
Yeah. Dude,
like,
done.
After 5 kids, you got to start looking at each other, being like, "You better have a long career in the NFL."
You're gonna have to, because these kids are expensive.
Isn't he a grandfather?
Do we know that? I don't know. I can look it up.
I think Phillip Rivers has a child who has a child, and he's only 44.
There's a grand.
Which is, if you look at the mistakes we've made in this country, having kids later is one of them.
His oldest daughter Haley had a son in late 2024. Yeah, so he's a grandpa.
Paw out there throwing darts.
Look,
in
his
NFL
Pawpaw's on
game.
TV. That's not usually what you say.
What a great family photo. I hope they didn't send out their Christmas cards.
It would look like one of the ones from like the 1800s where there's kids wrapped around the building. You know what I mean? And if they're smart and do it in black and white, just to give it that nostalgic look. It's
black and white.
Maybe in front of a barn.
Yeah.
If like, is this Phillip Rivers today or was this Grandpa Rivers in 1814?
I loved when they asked him about getting hit. He was like, I actually kind of missed that part. I was like,
I don't think I would miss that.
God, because I'm sure he's in decent shape to be a 44-year-old high school football coach.
Yeah, to be in decent shape to get back out there.
Right.
I mean, because the game's fast.
It is real fast. And all you have to do is ever go to one, and you're like, oh, my God.
And you see why the NFL is, the 1% of college go on to play.
It's a far superior athletic game.
Yeah.
It's not better.
No, it's not. I'm a college football guy through and through.
But it is on another level.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that was freaking
I wonder
cool,
what those 680 The Fan guys were saying about Paw.
I'm sure they're the same thing as us. Like, wow, who would have thought? And are there other athletes? Are there other people that have retired? Even to the point, was he gone 5 years? Is that right?
Yeah.
Are there other people who have been out of the league for 5 years that could go back in and get the job done? And I don't know that there's many of them out there.
I remember it's probably 2007 or 8. He was playing Brady in the playoffs when he was with the Chargers, and he had a torn ACL, and people didn't know it.
Yeah, I do actually remember that a little bit.
And he played the whole game.
Yeah, I don't have that in me. I'd be like, Coach Buddy, the
leg is fine going straight, but if you ask me to move, I was like, all right, we're not going to ask you to move.
Yeah,
and they almost beat him.
No, I don't have that in me. Like if my ACL's out, I'm gonna be like, Coach, I won't be able to go today.
Yeah, I don't care if you're paying me $30 million.
I'm not gonna be able to go today.
I don't think you want me to go today. Imagine that being your best option. Is like you know how otherworldly you'd have to be as an athlete to be like, we're going with Rivers and his torn ACL.
Yeah. Or we're going at Rivers after 5 years of retirement.
Yeah.
And I brought this up to Carlos.
Who knew the offense, by the way.
No, yeah, for sure. I brought this up to Carlos. Kaepernick didn't get a call. Odd.
Well, I think to put him and Hall of Famer Phillip Rivers in the same...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But everybody,
it was racial.
Remember the whole thing, though? They were like, nobody's giving him a chance. Dude, they took a 5-year retired man over this guy because he's not good. That's the reason he's not in the league. Not because of his politics, none of that. He's not in the league because he's not good.
He could win with Jim Harbaugh, and it deteriorated shortly after that ended. And it wasn't. Look, he got rich by Nike, so I'm not.
Oh yeah, no, he made a mint. He actually chose the wise. He chose the most
profitable.
Profitable. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. He chose
Leave
the
it
most
to me.
Yes, exactly. If anybody knows profitability, it's Ben Burnett, everybody. It's Morning Xtra at Xtra 106.3. But that's the thing. Yeah, for him, he wasn't going to make that kind of money in the NFL.
No, dude.
Because he was not good enough.
Well, there's a lot of big contracts in the world
but
in
he
general.
wasn't getting one?
No, that's what I'm saying. But there's not that many. Like, if you look at the bottom half of quarterbacks, I mean, when the guys they cycle through, they ain't getting paid like Kirk Cousins.
No.
Who should candidly be on one of them cycled through contracts.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy cow.
Can I tell you something before my wife and kids start listening this morning?
Sure.
I bought World Cup tickets in Los Angeles.
Dude!
And my wife doesn't know it.
Oh, buddy. And there was a big dust up about how expensive they are.
Yeah, they were. I did them for the third game. I did them. I bought them. They were like $500 a piece. But I've always wanted to go. My kids are, and I'm only taking the boys.
Yeah.
So it's my brother, my two boys, and I.
Yeah.
All four of us are going.
Dude, congratulations. That's awesome.
I wanted to take Charlie 4 years ago when they played in Qatar.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, he's 8. Are you sure he's ready for this?
Yeah.
And I was like, probably not.
Yeah, right.
I was like, so let's take him to the half-naked West Coast.
Yeah, that's right. He'll get his eyes full. It'll be
He'll be like, I am definitely moving out here.
Goodness gracious. I saw a soccer match in India did not end well because the star, whomever the star was, I don't know who it was, only played in 10 minutes of the game. Dude, they started tearing the chairs out of the stadium and throwing it over the net. You know,
oh, wow.
Dude, yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah,
I've never seen people, like college football fans are rabid. They are.
They ain't that rabid.
They're not throwing chairs that they've ripped out from the stadium. Well, I guess there's not chairs, it's benches, but still, they're not tearing up the benches and throwing them onto the field.
There's not like a net or a fence around the field so they can't crawl over the hedges.
Yeah, you remember the call, Georgia at Texas? It was a call that, and I don't remember which one it was, but basically it was a call against Texas or a call that didn't get called for Texas. They started throwing bottles and
water bottles.
Like, there's a difference than that and ripping up chairs and then going on to the field.
Yeah.
And so
I threw a mustard bottle.
Okay.
When the Braves had the infield fly against the Cardinals.
We were there.
I threw a mustard bottle. I opened the mustard bottle from the concourse and threw it onto the field. I'm outside of the statute of limitations.
Yeah. You and Elon Omar.
Well, that's different.
Yeah, I know, but she completely different. But she's also getting close to these things.
But they were like, they've accused us of not caring about this forever.
And then complained when we did it.
And then they got mad when we cared.
We didn't throw anything on the field, but
I would expect that.
Yeah, well,
and you would expect me to throw a mustard bottle.
Yes, it does not surprise me at all.
I was hammered. Hammered. It was like right before we had Charlie, my oldest.
Yeah, you're out there just raising cane.
Oh, God.
Just lit up.
Nobody has more money.
Lit up like that Christmas tree.
Nobody has more money than the, newly married. But you don't know this at the time, but when you're newly married and you don't have kids, and you're not in a house, you're in like a little apartment, and you're figuring out how to scrape by or whatever. Dude, that's the richest I've ever been in my life.
Dude, fun times. Such fun times. I can reflect back on a few of those fun days too. Holy cow.
Ask Jeff Bezos. Trust me, it was cheaper when he didn't have a wife or an ex-wife and kids and all that stuff.
Good heavens. Although he's still doing all right. Seems to be.
Yeah, he's turned the corner.
Seems to be. Yeah, after the divorce, he's making it. He's making it by. But I remember at that game, they were shouting BS, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they were shouting it.
Can we say that on the radio or
no?
No. Okay.
Well, there's actually no words you can't say. It's all. There's no list. It's do you get the complaint?
As Jerry walks over to the dumb button.
Jerry's like that's a word.
You can say anything once.
Yes, that's right. But you have to. It's not like there's an alarm system going off. It's if someone actually takes the time to reach out to the FCC and say, "Hey, these people said this." That's the process. So it rarely ever happens.
Jerry,
it gets way blown out of proportion.
Have you had an encounter with the FCC at all?
An encounter with the FCC. Not in my professional life.
Whoa.
All right, well,
they sought me out on the weekend one time. We had to scrap a little bit. I had to defend my freedom of speech. We're all right, though.
Well, all right. Well, anyway, so Jacob.
Thank you, Jerry. Go put your tinfoil hat back on.
Jacob was like, Daddy, what are they saying? They're screaming BS.
That's right. He was little.
Yeah, he was a little bitty guy. Yeah, he was like, 7 or 8 years old. And I was like, buddy, they're They're mad about what happened. And they're
and we're not going to take it anymore.
That's right.
And they've told these people that they haven't cared about baseball in 2 decades, and
now
they were wrong.
And they were wrong.
That was the most memorable Braves game I've ever been to.
Without a doubt. There's not even anything close to that. And I loved the media reaction.
The classless.
Classless is all. It's like,
you're damn right.
But you can. It's either they don't care or they're classless. There's no winning.
Well, I willingly, this is before all the surveillance state of media and everything else where they used to have to find you on camera and recycle. There were so many things on that field. They weren't finding us.
No. And if you, I was there too. And if you only saw it on TV, it was so much worse than what they showed on TV.
Better, I believe is what you meant to say.
Well, the thing that's lost in all of that, it was Chipper's last game too.
Yeah.
That's why people were so pissed off.
Yeah. Well,
because we realized, we were about to rally.
Yeah.
We were going to keep on going.
Yeah.
Larry was going to have a shot.
Yeah.
To get another ring.
Yep. Nope. Then they took it away.
Sam Holbrook.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that name.
Yeah. Seriously. I have ill things to say about that man for the rest of my life.
It was all...
an infield fly in the outfield.
Way in the outfield.
Yeah, I know, right?
Way.
I can't remember. I used to know it. It was 113 feet from the plate or something like that. I mean... in left field, it was so dumb.
Yeah, so dumb. All of it. Talkmaster Neil Bortz.
Some guy threw a jar of mustard and it hit me in the back of the head.
From the upper deck, mind you.
What a jerk.
I know, right? And now it ruined my Chipper jersey. I hate that guy, whoever did that.
No. I got it way on the field.
Yeah, for sure. I wasn't going to miss. Making sure it got there.
I said some ugly things to some Cardinals fans that night that I am not proud of.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't their fault.
Yeah, why them?
Because
guy was the easy target. guy was actually being smart. He was getting out of Dodge.
Yeah.
And just when everything started bad, he's like, "Ooh, I think I'm going to get out of here." I was just standing back. I would leave too.
Yeah. That's the least of what you said, I'm sure. Because I heard the alcohol in your voice even then.
Yeah, buddy.
6 o'clock hour brought to you by Subaru of Gwinnett. Talkmaster Neil Bortz next on Extra.
On behalf of our entire staff, local and national hosts, and roster of incredible sponsors and supporters, we want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas from everyone at Extra 106.3.
I am going to grab a little Christmas time beverage with my friend Chuck from Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Me and my buddy Chris D'Amito down the hall, Baseball Jesus as Los calls him. We're all going to gather up and just celebrate a great year and success for a great local business that is Central Heating and Air Conditioning. They do service plans, maintenance agreements if you want to make sure that your HVAC is tuned to work properly when it's really cold outside, like we've had in the last couple of days. Not as bad today, but the last couple of days have been really cold. Or when you fast forward to, July, and things are hotter than Hades, and your house is the most comfortable in the neighborhood because the maintenance agreement makes sure that it is running to peak efficiency. You can call them up today, 770-GET-HEAT, or go to centralheat.com. But I want you to know Chuck is an actual real dude. And Chuck does not allow, when you call 770-GET-HEAT, to send you to automation. You're going to speak to another Central customer service representative when you call them. And I don't know that there's anything a better reason to call Central than that, not being put through automation, because everywhere else you call, you do. Just one of the many reasons that I work with and represent Chuck and Central Heating and Air Conditioning. 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
It's midnight and the phone rings. It's a loved one calling from jail. They had a little too much fun at the holiday party and got pulled over. Now what? Time to call A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance will get your loved one home quickly. For 20 years, they've been helping folks with 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham and are available 24/7. For fast, professional, discreet services, call 404-BAILOUT. That's 404-BAILOUT or visit atlbail.com. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us.
The right partner makes all the difference. For more than 185 years, we've forged personal relationships with our customers and communities, funding economic development and rallying around the causes that are important to our neighbors. With the technology, products, and expertise you'd expect from a big bank and the local decision-making and commitment to community from your neighborhood bank, United Bank Shares is your trusted financial partner for life. Learn more at bankwithunited.com. United Bank Shares, member FDIC.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know what time it is? Holiday season. Cooler weather. Perfect time to get those outdoor projects done. Stovall & Company has everything. Wholesale landscaping, nursery, irrigation supplies. 11 locations. Latest one in Canton. Family owned for 75 years. They've got it all. StovallInc.com.
The holidays are all about giving. And this year, if you love your dog, one of the best gifts you can give isn't something out of the tree. It's giving your dog better health and a longer, happier life. When I first started telling you about Rough Greens, it was because I saw how it helped our dog Uno. He was a horrible eater, would not touch his food, and his health had started to decline. I started adding Rough Greens to his food, and the difference was overnight and incredible. His coat got shinier, and he had the spark again. He had more energy. He was playing all the time, more joy. And he would eat. He would race to his bowl to eat. Rough Greens, it's not a dog food. It's a live nutritional supplement that adds back real vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and omega oils. Everything your dog's food is missing after processing, it's in Rough Greens. You just sprinkle it on top, and it turns their everyday meal into something truly healthy, and you will see the difference. So while you're giving gifts this season, give your dog the one real thing they need, great nutrition. Right now, you can get a free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com and use the promo code BECK. That's roughgreens.com, promo code BECK.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly. I love celebrating this magical time of year with my community. If you're looking for a place to connect this holiday season, you need to check out Smyrna First United Methodist.
I'm Evie with Smyrna First United Methodist. We invite you to celebrate hope with us. On Monday, December 22nd, join us for a live nativity and Holy Communion from 5 to 8 p.m. Then, on Christmas Eve, we have 4 beautiful candlelight services between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
That sounds wonderful. What about after Christmas?
We're kicking off the new year with our Elevate Youth Weekend, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you need a little personal inspiration, check out my podcast on Spotify, On Purpose with Purpose.
There is always something happening at Smyrna First United Methodist Church. Visit smyrnafumc.org for details. Remember, everyone is invited, and our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
It's Thursday, December 18th. An 18-year-old student from Georgia was among the victims of the shooting at Brown University. Jacob Spears of Evans, Georgia, is recovering after being shot in the stomach while taking a final exam. He managed to get out of the building and was rushed to the hospital. Family members have traveled to Providence to be by his side. The shooting left 2 people dead and several others injured. Police continue to search for a suspect. No arrests have been made. 5 new charter schools in Georgia are set to receive more than $9 million in startup grants to help get ready for opening. The funding will cover items like furniture, curriculum, and other essential supplies. Each school can receive up to $2 million to prepare for students arriving next fall. Among the funded schools are one with a healthcare training focus and another that will serve students with special needs. 4 of the 5 schools are located in the metro Atlanta area. And police in Woodstock have arrested 2 men caught on camera vandalizing the City Center East parking deck downtown. Authorities say 27-year-old Carson Roden-Wee and 33-year-old Anthony DeHessler were identified from video footage showing them riding mini bikes and damaging an elevator inside the parking garage. The pair were booked into Cherokee County Jail and face multiple charges, including felonies. Today's weather, scattered showers with a high of 63. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on Extra 106.3, joined by the one and only Neil Bortz, the Talk Master. How are you, sir? Hope you're feeling a little better.
Oh, I am, but I really got nothing this morning.
Well, oh, no. Well, let's play the music again.
Let's re-rack it. Let's start over.
Last night, at the most inopportune time, this whole area that I live in lost all internet connection.
Oh.
You know, so, I mean, and I say inopportune time because it went off at the very time that incredibly stupid BMW ad. Hey, they're good cars, okay? But you know the ad I'm talking about, where some guy with fingernails is just clicking his fingernails all over the all over the car?
I've missed that one.
Oh my God! You know, on the dashboard, on the wheels, it just clickety click, click, click. You know, I would have rather it ended with a close up of Whoopi Goldberg.
Already played some of her audio this morning.
I
Yes.
know. Do you know where she got her nickname?
No, not at all.
Her mother gave her the nickname.
And but was there some sort of reasoning behind it?
Because she farts all the time.
Are you making that up, Neil Board?
No, I am not making that up. She was a prolific farter as a child, and her mom said she looked like a whoopee cushion.
What? I've never heard this.
So that's where the name came from.
That makes me like her that much more.
That's probably why Ted Danson liked her.
Yeah, I would think so.
Now I'm having to actually, because this is what I use AI for. I don't use AI to build interesting tables, to figure out a more efficient way to do my taxes, or to build a better skyscraper. I use AI to look up, is this how Whoopi Goldberg got her nickname?
What does Grok say?
Well, yeah, look.
Here's Whoopi Cushion. It's right there.
Yeah, there it is. So, you know,
I mean, Neil, look, teaching us a lesson this morning.
These octogenarians can learn something.
They said that she would let it go.
Yeah.
Once again, I've learned something from Neil Bortz this morning.
I really prefer the phrase "let her rip."
That works too.
I mean, they knew in the Goldberg family, and it's not really Goldberg, and her real first name is Karen, but whatever. They knew that you don't light any Christmas candles around this gal.
It'd be like Christmas Vacation.
By the way, I'm sorry. Look, this is because the internet was out, and I don't have anything intelligent.
Well, everybody in your neighborhood should pay your bills.
Yes, they should.
Is there one of us that's never lit one?
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
We're all
in the Navy?
Heathens.
Dude, in the Navy, we used to have contests.
Okay, I'm going to ask Neil this because I just learned this term from a documentary about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Neil, are you familiar with the term double dragon?
No.
So in the Navy, I found, and I had texted Tug. I go, Tug, do you know what double dragon is? And it's what happens is the guys in the Navy make fun of the Marines on the boat because they don't adjust well to the boat. Mm-hmm. And as they say double dragon, it starts coming out of both ends of them.
Oh, 2 exits, no waiting.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. And quickly.
No, but Donna is so upset with me now because I'm doing two things to new people I meet, especially waitresses. But Donna says I flirt with them. If you saw these waitresses in Naples, nobody flirts with them.
Oh. Well, then you know what? You're improving their day.
Well, one of the things, and I've run this by you, I know before. It's just look at them and say, what's Jenny's phone number?
867-5309?
Right. That's it.
Okay, yeah. I thought, I was like, am I going to get this wrong? I'm going to look like a fool. Turns out I was all right.
The other one, now, this, I know we have important stuff to talk about, but this
is more fun.
No, I'm having a great time, actually.
Okay. This is a fun thing to do with people. The older if it's an older woman, it's difficult. Excuse me. Hey, Mike, how about getting a cough switch on this thing? But,
that's a true pro. Blame the tech.
That's right. In real time.
But anyway, hey, what year were you born in? Blah, blah, blah. How old are you now? I'm 53. Okay, you're 53. If you were born 10 years ago, how old would you be? 43? No. Who said 43?
That was Tug.
Oh, I did. Well, 53 minus 10 years. I thought that. Am I wrong about that?
Tug.
Yeah. You're 10 years old.
Yeah.
You're 53. If you were born 10 years ago, how old would you be?
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
He's giving you riddles, man.
Yes, that's it. And it's early, Neil Bortz. I was just now getting my energy drink going.
I mean,
give me a minute.
People will screw that up every time. Oh, I'd be 43.
I walk right into it.
I know. Well, anyway.
By the way, so the Queen considers that to be a little bit of
harassment.
Well, I would say flirtation.
It's harassment.
Have they shown you the door over it? I mean, is it?
No, Donna, look at her. I'm going to flirt with her. God, Donna, jeez. But anyway, so I was talking to a neurologist, a buddy of mine. and he said, that is called, and he gave it some sort of a name, and it's been studied extensively. That very type of question where you put one idea in somebody's mind, and then you ask them a question, and they have to completely shift their something or other from one, and they'll always come up with the wrong answer. And so it's kind of fun to try that on people.
Oh, I would think so.
Let me tell you who failed miserably.
Well, me. I just did. What are you talking about? You gonna point somebody else out?
And Belinda.
I love Belinda.
Oh, I do.
I've only had the pleasure of meeting her, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. And it's always just a quick. And then the last time probably was when you were here a few years ago. We did that little town hall, and she came by. It was so awesome to see her.
She is just a wonderful girl. And not a girl anymore, but
young woman.
Yes, but she's
and she falls for your tricks.
Yes,
your mind games work consistently.
Well, the worst, is the one time I went to work with a solid colored shirt on, but in my office I had a Hawaiian shirt, and in breaks I'd go swap shirts, and it took her an hour and a half.
Are there? Well,
she said, "Wait a minute, did you just change shit? I've been changing shirts every break for an hour and a half."
And you're just now now that we're on kind of a little bit of a nostalgia, is there a memory you have that of Belinda or Royal or any of those guys that you haven't told in a while, or maybe Los and I wouldn't even know that puts a big smile on your face?
Oh yes.
Well, do tell.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Well, I don't know how in the world I can get this on the air.
Oh well. maybe the next story. Maybe not your favorite.
How about the runner-up? The silver medalist is okay too.
You let that Carville quote go a while ago. So.
But so I think about it too. Like
I'm glad you bleeped the word throat out.
Yeah, that was very helpful. But I even think about in the 20 years that I was doing sports talk radio, and even the 10 years I was working a afternoon drive with the good friends of mine, I can name those times where it might have been extremely awkward or something that we now look back on and make us laugh. Like to this day, I still remember my friend Chuck Oliver bringing on this one gentleman. We had screened him. He was covering like Louisville football, and he came on the air, and Chuck asked him a question about some of their coaching changes, and the guy flat out said, well, Chuck, I just lost my grandfather, and I really haven't gotten a chance to be around the program the last few days. And everything goes dead silent, and Chuck suddenly goes, so you got a new football coach over there, is that right?
He didn't know how to respond. He just taking it back to football.
It's those moments that I think always jump out to me that I still laugh about and think, okay, that was awesome.
Well, this is what happened this time is that I'm walking out of the studio, and I'm walking by Belinda, and she stands up, and she gives her chair a swat, and that thing's rotating around, and the backrest hits me right in Big Al and the boys. And it was and Big Al and the boys about 2 days later turned solid black.
Oh no! You swolled up
that bad
from a bruise? Yeah.
Oh my heavens!
I mean, saw that,
and that's what you remember.
No, that's not what I remember. What I remember is walking into Royal's control room, and oh God, D Square's going to fire me. Walking in the Royal's control room, dropping trowel, and say, "Hey, Royal, look at this."
That sounds like an HR violation.
Listen, it was an injury. You were sharing an injury amongst friends.
And he turns around. He turns around, never cracks a smile, turns back to his control board, and he says, "Oh God, now I'm going to have to gouge my eyes."
Gosh, I remember listening to y'all. And,
that's so funny.
It was some of the best radio that this city has ever heard.
I am so blessed. I don't know what I did to deserve this life from on high, but I was so blessed to have that as a career and to have those people to work with.
Yeah,
and
such a blessing.
It's just amazing. So anyway, you got into this somebody to use the word alleged, how we overuse that word alleged. I wrote a note down here. I like to watch these police shows. I don't know why. I like to see people handcuffed. But anyway, these shows now are using this little tag note. They are innocent until proven guilty.
I've seen that. Yep.
Yeah, that's BS. They are not innocent until proven guilty. They are only presumed innocent, and they are only presumed innocent by the government. The only person the only entity that is obligated in any way to presume these people are innocent is the government, because it is only the government that can deny them of their life, liberty, or property if, in fact, they committed that crime. Don't tell me that this, a murderer is a murderer. You can't say he's not a murderer until a court says so. That's BS. So, I get so upset over these stupid little things. And alleged my rumpus. And then there was this court, some senator, I'm sorry, I don't remember the names, but he was being questioned by a little mob of reporters, and some female reporter actually said, well, what do you have to say about the president bombing all these fishing boats?
It's Eric Schmidt, by the way.
Eric Schmidt was I've been trying to find out the name of that reporter. Even AI doesn't know the name of that reporter.
Yeah, we couldn't find that name either, but Eric Schmidt was the senator who responded.
God. I mean, he was so calm. He was, fishing boats?
Yeah.
Who the hell told you they were fishing boats? Yeah. When's the last time you saw a 90-mile-an-hour fishing boat loaded down with cocaine? But it was a door, it was a window onto the current state of journalism in this country, that woman would say, well, what about all those fishing boats? And I don't know. Do you think those guys put a drag line behind those boats when they're coming across the Caribbean?
I'll tell you, Neil, I'm fortunate enough to work next to a Navy man, a former sailor. When he can look at those boats and flat out tell you those things have to cost, because of the outboard motors, $250,000. That's how you know instantaneously that's not a fishing boat. $250,000 is meant to outrun the Coast Guard and the Navy.
Do you know that some of those boats have made transatlantic trips?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a long way to go to get a carp.
That's exactly, yeah, right. Maybe they're trying to get Jaws.
Well, drop some crab traps in the middle of the Pacific. And it's just what happens.
Oh, Jaws, one of the great lines of all time. We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and the Navy sent some.
Yeah.
And by the way, that line, because I remember watching the whole documentary of it, it was an ad-libbed line by Roy Schneider, and it just stuck. There was and it's one of the iconic moments, because that was the first time they were actually going to see Jaws.
Because it's not until almost the end of the movie that
you were down to the last, about 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time you see him mouth on. I was so upset by that movie, I could not watch the opening of that movie.
Oh, it's really hard to watch how it starts.
Yeah,
it really is. But once it got started, I'm fine. No, eat that one. I don't care.
Oh, I'm warmed up now.
Now that I've seen it, I'm good.
The opening of that movie was really okay. Question: are you people getting all these texts? We have lenders that are ready to fund your business with $100,000 by the end of the day. Click here for more. Do you get those?
I've not, but I've been really good about protecting my cell phone. I don't give my cell phone number out.
I haven't been. I've been looking into possibly a mortgage refi, so I'm getting all the stuff already.
Yeah, I went AI on that. And they're all scams, and there are several ways that they pay off for the scammer. Number one, they'll get a fee for you to get this loan going, and that's the last you ever heard of them. Number two, they'll talk you out of your Social Security and bank account numbers. I get these all days. But I want to know how this happens. I have spinal stenosis. Who doesn't at my age?
Okay.
And so I get this spinal decompression, which works a miracle. Just in 15 minutes, I get stretched. I try to watch what I eat before that happens, and it helps. But then all of a sudden, on my iPad, I'm getting 15, 20 ads at a time for spinal decompression. And here's what you do about your sciatica. Who told them?
Everything's listening. Everything. Because that thing's got a microphone on it, it's listening.
Well, I don't like that.
Well, nobody does, but it's happening.
It's what's going on.
Well,
and some of those, like your if it's a smart speaker, say, I mean, they tell you. I mean, you have to read in the fine details, but lawyers have, and they say we're recording everything. Now we don't use it all. Of course, they say that too, but they record to improve the service that they provide. That's what they do.
Well, I have one of these Alexis or Siri, a tower. It's sitting right in front of me. What is it, about 8 inches tall?
Yes, sir. A little smart speaker.
It's turned off.
Yeah, well,
it's been turned.
It's still listening to you.
It's still listening.
Oh, it can't be listening.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yes, it's
not. And then it's feeding your devices with what you're looking into or what you're bringing up.
It's not plugged in.
Doesn't matter. I'm telling you,
still doing it.
I was reading where a former CIA officer, he was talking about how the only good smartphone is a broken one. That's the only one you can possibly trust. He talked about being able to, without it being connected to the internet, get into companies' fax machines. When they were back in the day when fax machines were a thing, get into them and actually pull information from companies and organizations that weren't connected to the internet at all.
Oh boy! Well, I think somebody's reading my emails.
Yes, of course they are. Google tells you if you use Gmail. Google tells you they will.
If you happen to bring up a particular product at any point with us today, I'm willing to bet that within a week it'll start showing up on your devices with how to buy it.
Trojan.
He's going to get all this Southern Cal gear.
That's right. Yeah, USC Trojan.
Didn't know he was a big
Donna,
fan.
why are you getting those ads?
Baby, I can't tell you right now, but tomorrow when it arrives, I can.
I was testing a theory, and the boys were right.
It's Trojan. Penicillin.
Neil Lawrence is the Talkmaster, the one and only. Neil, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Okay, no open flames.
No, sir.
Don't want a blue flame today.
No, we do not. And we won't have one. We're just putting our foot down. We cannot do it. Diversity is not our strength. Common values are. This should be obvious to everybody. But it's not, strangely enough. Next on Xtra 106.3.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Here are your sports headlines for Thursday, December 18th. From the NBA, the Hawks are back in action tonight after the NBA Cup break against the Charlotte Hornets. Trae Young was a full participant in practice on Wednesday. He's coming off an MCL sprain that has had him sidelined since the end of October. He's questionable for tonight's game. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an illness. The Hawks are now 15-12 on the season. Tip-off at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte is set for 7 p.m. And in the NFL, Week 16 starts tonight with the Los Angeles Rams heading to Seattle as the Seahawks play host for Thursday Night Football. Both NFC West teams are 11-3. The Rams are favored by 1.5. Kickoff is set for 8:15. With your sports headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Xtra 106.3.
Hey, it's Kimmer. How's it going? Let me ask you something. Are you paying more for your health insurance than your mortgage or your rent? You might be amazed at how many people are. You know, December 15th, as we know, came and went, and most folks think, well, you're stuck. We kept warning you. You do it by then or you're out. Well, you'd be trapped in that Unaffordable Care Act business. Some of those premiums, practically a second mortgage, outrageous. Well, the truth is you're not stuck. Not necessarily. My guy, Steven Weinberger, the health insurance doctor. He has corporate-style benefit plans, don't follow government deadlines. If you qualify, he can still get you a January 1st start date even now. Those plans offer nationwide PPO coverage, zero deductible for many families, $5,000 or $10,000 a year in savings. Stop paying for a second mortgage for health insurance. Here's the number, 678-523-0759, thehealthinsurancedoctor.net. Steven Weinberger solves problems before you see them coming, before they happen. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers with my dad, Mike. And Dad, how do you know you've got the right gift before you give it?
You get it at D. Geller & Son.
That's it?
That's it. We've been helping Atlanta get it right since 1939 with real jewelry experts to walk you through Atlanta's best selection.
Well, it's a no-brainer when you get here, but not everyone knows what to expect when they're shopping for jewelry.
Well, you can't let nerves talk you into getting a blender when she wanted diamonds. D. Geller & Son is all about making it easy. You don't need to dress up. You don't need to see a receptionist. We're just real people.
And if you're wondering what we have
everything, every style, every budget.
Whether it's silver and diamond stocking stuffers for $95, diamond hoops for $13.95, or one-of-a-kind showstoppers.
For the best selection, best quality, and best value.
Trust D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Affordable jewelry for everyone is at D. Geller & Son.
The holidays are here, and there's no better time to unwrap a new Chevy from Jim Ellis Chevrolet.
That's right. It's the season of savings, and Jim Ellis Chevrolet has year-end offers on your favorite models. From the Tech-Smart Equinox to the family-ready Traverse to the powerful Silverado that's built for every holiday haul.
And the best part? The buying experience is fast, friendly, and convenient. Start your purchase online with the Jim Ellis Expressway and save time at the dealership.
Plus, their team really knows how to take care of you. No pressure, no stress, just great service.
And this season, buying a Chevy does even more good. Because every new or pre-owned vehicle sold through January 2nd, Jim Ellis Chevrolet will make a donation to Must Ministries, helping provide food, shelter, and hope to families in our community this holiday season.
Big savings, great service, and a chance to give back.
Visit JimEllisChevrolet.com or stop by Jim Ellis Chevrolet on Peachtree Boulevard just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Chevrolet, together let's drive.
The Kimmer Show is only on Xtra 106.3 every weekday afternoon on your drive home.
And if you think things are going to change in Minnesota, guess what they did what those white liberal woke Minnesotans did over the weekend? They flooded all the Somali businesses and restaurants to show their support. Give them more and more of their money after they just stole $6 to $8 billion of your money, and you just gave them more.
The Kimmer Show every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on Xtra 106.3 and the Xtra app.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Extra. Los out to the beginning of the year, taking some well-deserved time off. I will be doing that starting tomorrow. Ben Burnett in with me today. Dear friend, former Alpharetta City Councilman. You can listen to the Ben Burnett Show Saturdays and Sundays here on Xtra 106.3. You can see his work. He writes in the AJC, the only conservative, the only Republican that they allow.
Until recently, that has been very true.
Yes.
They've picked up another one who is on a different station. And I was like, damn it. But I do, one of my baby's teachers, David Haynes, who works at the Fulton Academy of Science and Technology. He's a big fan of the station and the show. And my kids say he's my number one fan, and I wanted to make sure that I said hello to him this morning. Because he is on the ride to school right now, and they probably are too.
Bro, right on, dude. That's awesome. Good
so,
morning.
Mr. Haynes, I don't know why in the hell y'all put up with all my kids,
Your
plus
children.
everybody else's.
Yeah, that's right.
But thank you for what you do.
Holy cow, no doubt. Dude, we don't give our school teachers near enough credit for some of the things that they deal with. And, the teachers' unions, we can debate that all day long, but I know there's some
I was really surprised
teachers out there.
I can say that I got about 5 minutes until mine are in the car.
Okay.
But it is a very diverse school, and I don't really get into all that stuff. It's a charter school, and math and science scores are off the charts. And when I heard that there was a school teacher that listens to the station over there and was brave enough to tell my children, I was like, I don't know if I'd say that out loud. You might get fired over that. They'll find a reason to force you out.
That's exactly right.
They find out you're a conservative.
Oh, my heavens.
Oh, but there's like DEI stuff on the walls. It's like, oh.
No, really?
So, Mr. Haynes, you fight the good fight.
Yes,
I see you.
Absolutely. And we appreciate you. Dear heavens.
I hope he calls in.
Yeah, me too. 404-741-1230. We have some teachers call in once in a while. We had a teacher that listens to the show, and you connected with the honest car guy, bought a car through the station, with the effort, which was great. Yep, and great experience, all that. And she talked about some of the things that she deals with in schools. I know there's so many great school teachers out there,
and we're in the People's Republic of Fulton County. You and I. So
my heavens,
we
don't remind me.
Yeah. Our favorite prosecutor, Fonnie Willis, has been in the news.
Yeah,
have you seen that lately?
Yeah, I have. As a matter of fact. We're going to get to some of that because she made a spectacle yesterday. But I thought this was a really, really smart statement by Libby Emmons of Post Millennial when she talked about diversity not being our strength. It's actually something else.
We have to stop hating ourselves, and we have to stop being afraid to speak up and say, perhaps diversity in and of itself is not a strength. Perhaps the strength is when people of diverse backgrounds can come together and share the same American values and freedoms.
Yeah. Dude, I'm willing to accept anybody that wants to live in the United States and embrace the United States and embrace the melting pot, because it has been. But so many people have been invited here or allowed to come in that don't embrace.
They're not all good things.
No, they're not, dude.
They're not all good things.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter to me where you're from. If you love the American experiment, if you love the freedoms of the United States, if you love the foundational principles of this country, I already love you. You know what I mean? We may not agree on all kinds of things, but if you agree on the basic fundamental values of America, I'm in for you.
Well, and you look at, especially on the West Coast, we're kind of immune to it, but you look at guys who aren't necessarily conservative, but that are developing lots and lots and lots of technology, the main driver to the United States economy. Like, I don't have to believe everything that you believe, but if you come over here and you are going to create that kind of value and opportunity for people throughout the United States, I'm good with plenty of it, but the door's being wide open, man.
Well, it was for 4 years.
And to be honest with you,
for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, it's been there's some shots we want back, but getting that toothpaste back in the tube's a must, and
it is.
I don't know how we're going to get there, dude. I really don't.
I don't either. But it has to happen. The toothpaste back in the tube, the genie back in the bottle. And it seems like an impossibility.
And even Gavin Newsom knows it.
Yes, he does. It's an interesting part of the conversation, too. Maybe get back to it in a little bit. Trump's back on the campaign trail as of last night. Next on Extra 106.3.
President Trump is restoring freedom, bringing justice back to America, and restoring power to the people. And the conservative voice of Atlanta has his back and will always bring you the national and local voices you need when it matters most. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
We found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee. We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1 or honestcarguy.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's the holidays. The games are on, the good times are flowing, but here's the winning call this season from your friends at Modelo. Don't drink and drive. If you'll be celebrating, drink responsibly. Call a rideshare, grab a cab, or hand your keys to a sober friend. Because nothing's worth losing when it comes to getting home safe. This message is brought to you by Modelo, brewed for those with a fighting spirit, and your friends at 680 The Fan, reminding you to celebrate the holidays responsibly.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro's swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Maybe you haven't heard about us. We're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless has you paying for more data than you might need. Why? They might want you to cover the costs of younger people who do use all that data. If you're not using the data, you're probably being used. We've heard time and time again that some big wireless customers get stuck paying hundreds and even thousands more for years and years because they think it's hard to switch. Not with us. It takes just about 20 minutes and you can change your plan anytime without extra charges. We use the same towers as the big guys, so you'll get the same fast nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill.
Our plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Xtra app.
President Trump insists he's fixing a mess he inherited. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America.
And in a primetime White House address, President Trump told us,
over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history.
He insists he's making things more affordable after Biden-era inflation.
Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast.
And the president announced with all the revenue coming in from his tariffs on imports from around the world, he's giving military members a bonus ahead of America's 250th birthday.
We are sending every soldier $1,776.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was critical of the Trump address last night, saying the president lives in a bubble. People are feeling financially squeezed harder and harder every day. The president did not bring up last night his crackdown on Venezuela, from an oil tanker blockade to the U.S. military operation some Democrats call illegal, blowing up boats said to be trafficking drugs off Venezuela's coast, with another strike yesterday killing another 4 alleged narco-terrorists. Now to the manhunt for the Brown University shooter.
Police are now asking the public for help in identifying this second person seen walking in the same residential neighborhood as the primary person of interest right before the deadly school shooting. Now, police don't even know this person's gender.
Fox's Brian Yennis in Providence, where police also say they have DNA and other evidence trying to find the gunman who murdered 2 students on Saturday and wounded 9 others. Pope Leo has just appointed the next Archbishop of New York, somebody who's also from Illinois, like he is. Bishop Ronald Hicks will replace the retiring Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who's considered a prominent conservative within the U.S. Catholic Church. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
No need for traffic updates. We always steer you right. It's the Morning Xtra on 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra. The app is the best way to listen. I hope you'll download that for free for Apple and Android. Whichever one you prefer, whichever one you use. You find the show replays there. You can find the interviews that we do with a bunch of Ben Burnett's friends. Ben in for Carlos Medina today. Los out to the beginning of the year. Well-deserved vacation. And Ben and I have been buds for a long time. And we're about 90% of the time we're on the same page, right? I mean, that's hard to beat. That's hard to beat. That's a good number.
Even then, but I mean, that's not always the times we don't. When people like call in and yell at me and ask me if I'm a liberal. I'm the most left-leaning person on the station, I guess, probably by a wide margin, and I ain't that liberal.
And he ain't that liberal. That's the truth. That is the God's honest truth. But I just think our perspective's a little different. You've worked in government. I just see government.
You just hate government.
I just despise it. I despise it. I understand that it's a necessity, right? I get.
Yeah, for sure.
That it's a necessity. But I want it to be so hands off. I want it to defend the border, which it has failed at, and leave me alone, which it seems it fails at all the time because it's involved in my life more than I would like it to be. And I rely on it for nothing. For the most part.
I think that what has happened in the last 4 years, not 4 years, in the last 12 months with the border has been a real strength of this country.
Yeah.
And I think that in spite of the numerous things that Donald Trump has done lately to not make himself that favorable, and I know it's not that favorable with the American people, and he knows it's not that favorable right now.
Talking about affordability.
Well, no, because he was on TV last night explaining what he has done for this country.
Dude, which is what presidents do, right? They get out there and get into campaign mode.
But he ain't campaigning for anything.
Yes, he is.
And he's
the midterms. He knows he needs those midterms.
Well, and he knows it's not going well.
Right.
Because if it was going well, you don't have a meeting like you had last night.
Dude, I don't know.
State of the Union's 3 or 4 weeks away. You could have waited, and he didn't.
Yeah, but
he was sending a message.
See, but my thing is, what do you expect to happen? I mean, I feel like the things that he's done so far have been pretty miraculous.
Overseas, for sure,
right? And you got to focus on home. And dude, we've talked about that. You got to start really focus on affordability. Vance has talked about it. He did a speech about it last night. The jobs that he's brought in, the closing down the border. No, we didn't need new laws. Joe Biden was just, a complete vegetable. And people saw an opportunity to do something in his name that they wanted to do, but weren't willing to put their name on it. Barack Obama. And so and so he left the borders wide ass open. Trump has shut it down. The things that he's done overseas, absolutely, with tariffs, I think are really smart.
I do too, and I don't understand why the Rhino Republicans are so hateful towards it, because the economy in this world in the last 20 years since the creation of the internet, it is not the world you used to live in.
No, of course it's not.
And I know you guys hate the term globalist, but it is way more global.
Of course
than it has been. And people have been screwing you.
Well, right. Absolutely. And that's why when Donald Trump said we're not going to take this anymore, I was like, thank you. Why have we put up with it for 30 years or 50 years?
That is the one thing. He has been really, really right about it. And
And don't you think that is going to benefit the economy and affordability will come?
I think it already is.
Me too. But that's why he has to go up there and say that. Because not everybody realizes it.
I will say this, and we were at a function a couple days ago with State Senator Greg Dolezal, who's in the news today, for reasons we wish were better.
Yes,
but
to be completely frank, yes.
You know, the one thing he said is that the affordability thing, to echo not a Trump message, but to be somebody else. I do firmly believe that the middle class is shrinking, and I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. And look, I'm a guy who has done the right things and saved money, and I'm 40, and I'm fortunate to know that if the market does what it's supposed to do, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm 42. I can't spend net worth yet.
Yeah. No, I know. I get it.
And it is, I'll tell you, when you look at power bills and things in the first person.
Right. But, okay, let's just stop there and talk about power bills for a second. Dude, those AI data centers, do you know the power? I know you know, but just rhetorically.
Yeah.
I know you know really well. The power it takes, and I use this example all the time. I used it yesterday. I'll use it again. To print one or to create one AI image, it is the same amount of power to take your phone and charge it from 0 to 100%. Every image. How many of those are created a day by people using AI? So these data centers are using extraordinary amount of energy. And when it comes down to it, it is supply and demand. The demand is way up, and so are the prices because of that.
So
now you got to start focusing. That's why it was so important that Donald Trump opened up energy day one of his administration.
Can I tell you the real reason? now.
Yes,
After the token talking points, the thing that ought to really irritate everybody in the state of Georgia is for you to heat or cool your house. You pay about 13 or 14 cents per kilowatt. The state of Georgia for decades gave data centers in order to get them here, and that's not all bad, 5 cents per kilowatt hour.
Supply and demand. My point.
No, the point that I'm making is that the business community was getting a 250% better deal than you.
Right.
That is not supply and demand. That is giving and allocating all of your power to that.
But those work together, right? Their demand is through the roof. And the supply is not there.
But they have not, the demand on them has not been through the roof until about the last 18 months to 2 years. And the state, but Georgia Power was giving almost 3 times a better deal to a data center for power than you to get your house. And when people want to complain about affordability and millionaires and billionaires, dude, I'm a guy at the top as a business owner. The business owners in the federal government deserve to have the best deal because that props everything else up. But it shouldn't be a 300% delta between what you pay and what the data center is paying to get that, because those companies trade at 60 times earnings. And I know a lot of you don't realize what that means. It's extraordinary. Microsoft is an extraordinarily profitable business who can afford to pay near the same thing you do.
Yeah. So you're pointing at Brian Kemp then and saying, why did you give that? Or the Georgia legislature?
No, it was the Public Service Commission.
Okay, but part of the government?
It was, yeah. I mean, that Kemp will take the blame. And I've told Burt Jones, the thing that you got to really look at is if the Public Service Commission is going to do that, and they had the balls. Georgia Power had the balls to be like, we're going to reduce fees by $7. I think it's 86 cents. It was in the AJC yesterday. I was like, I pay $350 or $400 a month in the summertime.
And you're going to give me a $7 break? Thank you.
2 birds.
Yeah.
Double birds.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And
I'm
dude,
with that.
You cannot do, here's the thing that I always tell people, they can lie to me and you about Venezuela, and I'm not saying they are, I'm saying they can. We don't know the whole story because we're here and they're there, and
I think we got a pretty good idea.
But we don't see it. You can't lie to me about what's going on with my power bill.
Because it's in my backyard.
It goes to the mailbox every month.
That's right, yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I put the windows in and everything.
I did the insulation. I changed the garage doors. We did all those same things.
And it's still way higher.
Still way higher. But I'm telling you, that's the thing that is irritating, because how is Donald Trump responsible for that? But he's the one that's going to get blamed ultimately in the midterms.
Well, and you look at Vogel, which I think is the state of Georgia, like it's a success story. I think it took way too long.
And cost way too much.
But that power is already all allocated, and they just opened up that new plant. It was like, and Georgia's a place where the internet thrives. I mean, this is, when you talk about removing the state income tax for the state of Georgia, which I think is a great idea, the first place I would be looking is at these power-sucking data centers.
Yeah.
I'd be hammering
the
piss out of them.
That's exactly right.
And I almost said one of those words.
Uh-oh.
Jerry had to dump.
Hang on. Be ready. Be ready with that dump button. To get Ben all fired up. But it's the truth, man.
It's not Trump's fault.
It's not.
But you get credit for everything.
I know that.
And you take the bullets for everything.
Right.
Sometimes literally.
Yeah. No kidding. Twice. But that's the thing that I think people have to realize. And I thought Los said it well yesterday. Because I was like, who's going to decide I'm not voting for Trump now after seeing what happened over the last 4 years? And not give him the opportunity to continue this movement. Scott Bessent's talk about the things that should be happening after first quarter next year, and the explosion that we should see in this economy, and it be lit like a firecracker.
I'm pulling for us, dude.
Of course you are. So am I. Any American should. But my point is, who would pivot and say, well, I'm not going to vote for him this time? Who's the fool that would do that? And Los, this is where I want to give him credit, he was like, it's just people won't go vote at all. It's not that they will vote Democrat. They just won't show up and vote at all.
I think the gross miscalculation that has, if you look at like the Joe Rogans and the Theo Vaughns, and they have made these guys out like they're right part of the right wing podcast sphere.
Yeah,
so
it's
if
crazy.
you listen to these dudes, like they were just personable.
Yeah,
asking questions to everybody, and the Republicans were smart enough to realize that there were a lot of people who like paid attention.
Baron Trump,
and we ought to get in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And when Kamala said no, well, essentially, because you got to come to me, and it's only 30 minutes, knowing he does a 3-hour show, talking about Joe Rogan specifically, and you got to pre-screen the questions, and Joe Rogan's like, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that?
When it's not like he'd have been unfair to her
Yeah,
either.
right. It's exactly right.
It's like
he just asked normal, regular, everyday American guy questions, I believe.
But I think one of the
I don't even agree with him on everything.
Of course, and you shouldn't.
Right.
But one of the great strengths of both of those guys, and I say this with respect and autonomy as somebody who's interviewed a lot of people, I actually like the fact that they push back on him sometimes.
Me too.
And they don't necessarily go all in. Like, we got Fox News on the TV. I mean, dude, it is unwatchable to watch any of the cable news channels.
Any of the mainstream media is that
Awful.
way. Awful. I agree with you 100%. And we say that as a Fox News affiliate. Dude, I don't watch Fox News. Never, ever watch. You know when I watched Fox News for the first time? Last night when I turned it on to watch the president, because I knew it would be there.
It was, yeah.
And as soon as he was done, Hannity had a panel of guests, and I was gone. I have no interest in watching John Hannity.
But I'll tell you this, Tug, outside of the State of the Union, this is just political and it's for free. When you were explaining, you were losing.
But I don't know how you're losing. I really don't. I don't know how you're losing.
Well, Tug, in November of next year, you mark this conversation, and if it is not remarkably improved, and
agreed, I agree with what you're saying. I just don't know how you're losing.
He's explaining.
Coming off of what we just experienced for 4 years of complete and utter lawfare and
totally
everything.
But it was like
it was awful.
The American
awful. And who's saying now that was okay? And Donald Trump's. It's been 11 months. But what do you expect?
Your
expectations are way too high.
That's the American people, dude.
No, I know, but they're wrong.
That's the one thing I learned in elected office was that the public's actually wrong quite a bit.
Yeah, imagine that.
It was like that's coming from the ivory tower of politics. I was like, wow, these people actually are all wrong, and this is what they want me to do, and they're wrong.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you that happened last night. It was not for positive reasons.
Right. We talked about it yesterday.
From the PR campaign.
It was absolutely. He's in campaign mode. That's when he's at his best. When Donald Trump's at his best is when he's in campaign mode.
Maybe, but he hadn't had a great week. Like,
give me something that stands out that it was a horrible this week.
The movie star guy who got killed by his kids, and he's out ranting and raving on social media. I was like, dude, leave that alone.
Lois and I talked about that too. Don't say anything. If I'm him.
But you asked me for a stupid mistake.
Yeah, but I'm saying right.
I'm with you.
But what does that have to do with how much you pay for gas? What does that have to do with how much you pay for eggs? Do you want somebody that is willing or able to make a difference in your life and will say things that probably shouldn't have been said? Los and I both said it yesterday, the day before.
Dude, what are you doing?
It was, yeah. Like, why would you? But you realize what Rob Reiner was a part of, right? Do you realize the Russiagate, all the stuff that he was involved in?
Oh, funding and all that sort of.
And pushing all the narrative. Dude, his house was, they went through his wife's panty drawer, dude. Would you be pissed? Would you say something negative if somebody came through your house and went through your wife's panty drawer?
Maybe not as the president of the United States.
See, I don't believe that.
They ain't all worth.
As petty as you are, Ben Burnett, I don't believe that for 1 second.
You learn very often, and we saw it yesterday with our buddy Greg Dolezal.
Yeah,
like if you're in a position where you can't win, or you don't have the skill set to sit there and win, like with Fonnie Willis,
don't do it,
dude. You don't ever get in trouble for what you don't say.
Right. We'll get to Fonnie in just a minute in the next segment because I know it's a big story and it's got to be discussed because she ran circles around them. She ran circles around them.
But here's the point and they're doing the same thing.
Okay.
There is a shelf life to everything in politics.
Sure.
And when you run around in 2024 saying, I'm going to solve the affordability problems and you're 11 months in and people don't feel better off, they make the rules. So when you were explaining you were losing, in the same way that 2020 and Fonnie Willis, she was wrong for a lot of things. That milk's sell-by date, it was before yesterday, and then they didn't do a good job on top of it.
They do. She's going to skate, dude. She ain't getting in trouble.
No.
Who believes, even if they didn't do that hearing, and we'll talk about it.
It was like 18 months too late.
Yeah. Well, but even if it wasn't, she was going to run circles around them anyway.
Yeah.
She was.
She waited until she knew that she had that people didn't care anymore and was like, all right, I'll comply with your subpoena.
Yeah.
She was a genius, dude.
Absolutely. You can be mad at her. You can hate her. She's not a dumb woman.
Yeah, it was just the Jesse Jackson playbook. I was like, I hadn't seen it in a while.
On display. You're absolutely right. It was on display.
Tug, I would have loved to have.
Dude, well, hang on to that because we'll get into that because that's something that I feel like going back to being petty. And yes, if Rob Reiner's paid for and was a part of Russiagate and the experience that Donald Trump has had, if you were in that position, dude, there's no telling what Ben Burnett would have said. I know you well enough.
You'd have never found out.
I don't know about that.
The DOJ would be up that guy's ass.
When we continue on Extra 106.3, we'll get into to Fonnie Willis and the circus that was yesterday. And I want to play you a cut of John Fetterman because the discussion is it's fishermen. It's just fishermen off the coast of Venezuela, and they're being blown up. They're fishermen.
He's my favorite Democrat.
Of course he is, because he speaks with common sense. We'll let you hear from him next.
Wherever you are in Georgia, you can stream Extra 106.3 in crystal clear digital with the all-new Extra 106.3 app. Get Extra's live on-air stream in real time, or go back and listen to all your favorite shows, Neil Bortz, or original podcasts, no matter where you go. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Was able to call Mary and tell her that she was the person that had been selected for a James Hardy siding remodel of her home. She was nominated by her daughter, Kelly. It was a wonderful, wonderful discussion and perfect for this Christmas holiday season. So I'm going to tell you about the James Hardy siding because it is the best in the business. And that's all they install at Southern Exteriors. And they install it right there. Elite certified means that they follow every nail, seam, and panel to James Hardy's exact specs. So you're qualified for that 30-year warranty. And if it warps or cracks or leaks and, whatever, it's going to be handled. The warranty is going to be intact because it has been installed correctly. Make sure you work with Southern Exteriors. They do things the right way. They take care of the community. They give back to the community just like we did with Mary. And you can trust them. Thousands of homeowners here in Atlanta have done that, and now it's your turn. Windows, doors, siding, roofing, gutters, southernexteriors.co, southernexteriors.co.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies. Glenn Beck is not a client and is paid for his endorsement.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallInc.com StovalBBQ.com. Or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Join Southern Thunder Barbecue School for hands-on learning, standing shoulder to shoulder with the pros. It's a day-long cooking school experience with personalized training from award-winning barbecue grand champions. This makes a fantastic holiday gift you can purchase online at southernthunderbbq.com.
Holiday season? More like new Ford season at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs.
Totally. The year-end sales event is on and the deals are looking merry and bright.
Whether you want the legendary F-150, the adventure-ready Bronco Sport, or the road trip-ready Explorer, you'll find excellent year-end offers right now.
And Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs makes the whole buying process easy.
Start online with the Jim Ellis Expressway, then breeze through the dealership with a transparent, customer-first experience. And here's something special. Your purchase gives back.
Yep, for every vehicle purchased through January 2nd, Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs will donate to Must Ministries, helping provide food, shelter, and support for local families this holiday season.
Get a great deal on a new Ford and help spread a little hope. Visit JimEllisFord.com or stop by the showroom in Sandy Springs.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly. I love celebrating this magical time of year with my community. If you're looking for a place to connect this holiday season, you need to check out Smyrna First United Methodist.
I'm Evie with Smyrna First United Methodist. We invite you to celebrate hope with us. On Monday, December 22nd, join us for a live nativity and Holy Communion from 5 to 8 p.m. Then, on Christmas Eve, we have 4 beautiful candlelight services between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
That sounds wonderful. What about after Christmas?
We're kicking off the new year with our Elevate Youth Weekend, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you need a little personal inspiration, check out my podcast on Spotify, On Purpose with Purpose.
There is always something happening at Smyrna First United Methodist Church. Visit smyrnafumc.org for details. Remember, everyone is invited, and our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
It's Thursday, December 18th. An 18-year-old student from Georgia was among the victims of the shooting at Brown University. Jacob Spears of Evans, Georgia, is recovering after being shot in the stomach while taking a final exam. He managed to get out of the building and was rushed to the hospital. Family members have traveled to Providence to be by his side. The shooting left 2 people dead and several others injured. Police continue to search for a suspect. No arrests have been made. 5 new charter schools in Georgia are set to receive more than $9 million in startup grants to help get ready for opening. The funding will cover items like furniture, curriculum, and other essential supplies. Each school can receive up to $2 million to prepare for students arriving next fall. Among the funded schools are one with a healthcare training focus and another that will serve students with special needs. 4 of the 5 schools are located in the metro Atlanta area. And police in Woodstock have arrested 2 men caught on camera vandalizing the City Center East parking deck downtown. Authorities say 27-year-old Carson Roden-Wee and 33-year-old Anthony DeHessler were identified from video footage showing them riding mini bikes and damaging an elevator inside the parking garage. The pair were booked into Cherokee County Jail and face multiple charges, including felonies. Today's weather, scattered showers with a high of 63. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra and Extra 106.3. Ben Burnett in for front office Los, who will be back just after the first of the year. Great conversation, great phone calls. A lot of people fired up about our last discussion. So
they mad.
I feel like we're off to a good start.
Yeah,
we're off to a healthy start this morning.
I never knew that data centers would. I actually did know, but I'm pro data center. I'm not pro data center in the sense that they get to consume all the energy at 3 times less the rate as me and you.
Right.
Because they make massive amounts of money.
Yeah, that's right. They should be paying their fair share.
I'm getting mad at the millionaires and billionaires. Yeah. It's like, no, you just can't screw all the little people who live in little houses.
Yeah, right. No, I'm with it. I understand that part too. But I understand that our government is the one that put us in that position. The government always gets it wrong. I've not seen them get it right ever that I can recall. The only thing that the government does well is blow things up. And they're doing that in Venezuela, right off the coast.
80% of the time, if you mail something for 52 cents, it gets to where it's going. 82% of the time.
Do you believe that? Because I don't. I know we've sent birthday cards, we've sent actual gifts, and the last 2 or 3 times we've used USPS, and I mean no disrespect to the people that work there, I think the whole system is broken. There's nothing good. It just doesn't work.
I do like the Ossoff picks on them. I was like, man, what a defenseless opponent. If you were going to pick somebody to hate out of the federal government, it was like, who can we all go after that nobody's going to disagree with? That's the post office.
Yeah. And like my brother-in-law worked there after he retired from the Air Force. And he was like, this is the most dysfunctional thing I've ever seen in my whole life. He was like, coming from the Air Force, which is really well-oiled machine, obviously, one of the best things that we do in the United States. The only thing the government gets right is blowing things up.
Yeah.
Los and I talk about it all the time.
We're doing that a lot
and
right now.
And we're doing that a lot
with
right
precision.
now. With freaking precision.
Warheads on foreheads.
Do not go marlin fishing down near Venezuela.
No, you can totally go marlin fishing because nobody in a fisherman's boat is getting blown up. It's a cigar boat full of cocaine and full of fentanyl and full of drugs that are getting blown up.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'd be the one that they were like, oops.
In Murphy's Law, it'd be like,
This
I'm
guy-
an accident.
Well, this guy's actually got fish on the back boat.
Well,
you see that drone overhead?
yeah.
I'm not getting double tapped.
Dude, yeah. But I'm telling you, you ain't got to worry about it. Because when I was doing drug ops aboard USS South Carolina, we knew exactly what we were looking for. We knew the exact routes that they were taking.
What'd you do to them?
Arrested them. We've been doing that for 40 years, and guess what? Hadn't worked.
Arresting them.
Yes. You know what is working?
Death.
Yes. Ben Burnett, yes.
I do. I love the naval blockade over
It's
oil.
amazing. Is amazing. I love it. The pressure it's putting on Nicolas Maduro is incredible because they rely on that money from that sanctioned oil that's going to Cuba. Cuba's also now being strongly affected. The Chinese use it, the Indians use it, and the Russians all use it. All of a sudden, that's a big message to a whole lot of people that don't like the United States, that we are not going to put up with this BS in our backyard.
It's amazing.
Dude, I love it. And I don't think most people know, they've only seen the one that we used the Coast Guard to seize, that one tanker of sanctioned oil that we seized. There's about 12 or 15 more of those tankers sitting in port in Venezuela that are afraid to leave. They know they can't leave.
How does it end? You think Maduro's like takes
the pressure on Maduro? This is escalating to de-escalate. It's going to put so much pressure on Maduro.
He's on the Gulf Stream to Russia or somewhere.
At some point, yes. We're not going to have to invade, I don't believe, because Donald Trump knows his base don't want to invade. Nobody.
People don't like him.
What are you talking about in Venezuela?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And he's stolen the election. The last 3 or 4 election cycles or whatever.
He's going to be a cult hero.
Dude, who?
Trump.
Oh, yes. Yes, I agree. But that's the thing. When Maduro steps down, which is, I guarantee you that is the angle that they're trying to take, is just to have them. Look at the populist movements that is happening in South America already, right? Chile. I mean, there's a whole bunch of countries that
moving to the right.
Absolutely.
Towards capitalism.
Absolutely. So if you can topple that not only hurts your biggest enemies in a different hemisphere, and then the Cubans that rely on that. Dude, it could topple Cuba by not even being involved over there.
By proxy. All we had to do is cut the oil off?
Yes. Dude, that's it. That's what I think is happening.
I hope. I'm not a regime change guy.
Nor am I. I don't want us to go marching in and shooting things up, and we suck at that.
We've proven that for the last 40 or 50 years.
Suck at that.
But if we cut the head off the snake, I know how to curry. And Trump is as good at this. So I poked and prodded on him a little bit because he was explaining, and I told you when you're explaining you're losing. Dude, what he has done with respect to Israel and Palestine and opening that up, I promise you, if the Palestinian people get hooked up on the train to capitalism with the Emirates, I promise you that people like making money a lot.
More than anything else.
More than anything else.
It's the truth. It's the truth. And those Middle East, because we talked about this off the air, those Middle Eastern countries, they believe in their religion. They believe in money. That's what they believe in more.
They look at even in Atlanta, you see Delta launching a direct flight to Riyadh in the spring. First one from the United States.
Yeah.
I think it's great, dude.
Dude, if you look at Riyadh, I mean, it is a world-class city. They have really taken to this whole having a lot of money thing.
So maybe it's NATO, and maybe we got NATO, and then it's like, you know what, these BRICS countries, we're going to take a handful of you and see if you think we have more.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And Trump believes we do.
We do. We totally do.
And we do. You're exactly right. We got more oil than the Saudis do.
I know traditional Republicans hate the tariffs, and I know they hate the equity stakes in companies. Dude, he took that page out of the playbook of the sovereign wealth funds, and they got more of it than anybody. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't dislike certain things that Trump's got going on domestically. That stuff on the macro is huge.
But the domestic stuff is going to improve. We know it is. It's already trending in the direction. And you said that yourself, right? We're trending in the right direction.
I think that he's done on a large scale. I think tariffs, I think the people who are against it are going to realize that was a huge mistake. And I've always said, I don't know if it'll work, but I think it's working.
It is working. It is. It totally is, dude.
And I think, you don't see... we have problems in this country that they don't have in the Middle East. And I say the Middle East like the UAE with Doha and Qatar and Dubai. And it's like, they got money that has money that has money.
Yeah, dude, they've done well.
And their socioeconomic status...
And they would like to keep it. And that's why...
It's better than here.
Jeray probably make fun of me at this point because I've played that UAE foreign minister so many times on this show. The one that said radical Islam will come out of the United States and Europe moving forward. And he said this about 7 years ago. He's like, moving forward, radical Islam, because we've been able to deal with it. We know what it is. We have to cut the snake's head off, and we have.
You start executing people in public, it stops.
Dude, I'm telling you. You sound like my mama. My mama's like, bring back public hangings. Things will shape up real quick. People will be like, oh, I don't want that to happen. No, but that foreign minister was so right. He's like, political correctness will keep the West from doing what it takes to keep themselves safe. They think they know Islam. They don't.
Yeah.
This is a UAE foreign minister.
It's a disease.
Dude. And Lowe said it yesterday, and I think he was right on this too. When are we just going to say Islam? There is a problem inside of Islam. There is. It's not politically correct to say it, but it's the truth.
I mean, you can see it all over. We went to Six Flags last summer or the summer before, and I live in a bubble. You kind of live in a bubble. We do stuff where we live, but I'll tell you, I was shocked at the headscarves and hijabs and just the common middle class places. And you look at what the city of Atlanta's done with Clarkston and some of the resettlements. I was like, guys, this is not a game you want to get into. You don't want to fight.
$63 million is the number for resettlements in Georgia from 2019 to 23 through the Lutheran charity services. It used to be called the Lutheran Charity Services.
I think I'd make that number 0.
Right, yes, of course.
I actually might pay $63 million if you'll just take me off the list.
Yeah.
Take him off the list. Take him off the list then.
So this guy here is dead.
Yeah.
Take him off the list then. Yeah, no, I do. I'm concerned about the stuff, man.
I'd pay not to have them.
Yeah.
That's why they're like, we're allocating money for these people. I was like, I'll tell you what, we'll go the other way. We'll take some of that $14 billion surplus. We'll pay if you'll put them somewhere else.
Yeah. It's a bad scenario.
That's a winning message for the Republicans in the state of Georgia.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Because it's frightening, especially when you see imams in Chicago saying, yeah, no, we don't want to assimilate. We want to destroy the United States of America. And then you see temple students. And
they're pretty honest about it.
Yeah. And then you have the UAE foreign minister saying, y'all don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a scary, scary thing. Because most likely it will be late in our lives when things are at, the alarm bells are going off and in dire straits.
I'll be in Malta by then.
God bless you. I've been to Malta. It's a beautiful place. Went there when I was in the Navy. Spent 2 weeks.
If you're going to force socialized medicine on me, I want their kind.
Yeah, right. I don't want any socialized medicine at all. But our kids and grandkids are who I'm most concerned about, because those imams in Islam are telling you, we want to kill anybody that does not convert. You're an infidel. And we make no bones about it. We're not trying. And so when you see things like that, and you say, oh, it's a small minority. Well, what's the number?
Yeah.
And what's the number that's acceptable?
You think that's the biggest problem in the country right now?
Yeah.
That's like they won't talk about it? Or
nobody will talk about it.
In mass?
Nobody will talk about it.
You think it's a bigger problem than the deficit spending?
I mean, two different complete... both are horrible.
Yeah, but you got to pick, like, what is the thing the country... I'm interested if people want to call in.
Yeah.
I am genuine... Because those are the two.
Those are the two biggest...
And one of them
issues
we don't even discuss.
That's right. Everybody discusses spending.
Even Gavin Newsom's like, oh, it's out of control spending.
Yeah.
He's like, I mean, God, if he knows.
You know what he's not saying? Anything about radical Islam.
Yeah.
Or the elements inside Islam that dude, they don't... in Islam, it's not compatible with Western values. It's not.
He may not do anything about it as president. I will get him at some point before 2028. Newsom on the show. I'm going to ask him.
You think he's going to tell you the truth? He's not going to tell you the truth.
I don't know. How he governs and how he speaks is not the same.
No, I know that.
But he's very good on his... If you watch it, if you listen to his podcast, he's...
Well, yeah, you're in a controlled environment. Yeah, it's easy to be good.
But even when he's on with Sean Ryan, he'll admit the mistakes that are made in California. And I say that as somebody who would...
But he's not going to change it?
Well, that's the $1 million question is like, at what point do people because he's a capitalist, right? He's a self-made dude worth tens of millions of dollars. And
his parents own a winery?
No, he did the winery.
Oh, okay.
It was a family friend that loaned him the money to get started. But neither here nor there. Yeah. I wonder if somebody's going to start saying it. And I look, if it's Fetterman, I expect it. But where is 2, 3, and 4? Because you got to get to 60 in the Senate to kind of amend some of that. And I think there's a day out there. It may be too late, but I think it happens. I think the United States as a whole is like, we are not going to do that. And I think eventually the Democrats are like, look, we've always been like the...
But you're talking about radical Islam.
Totally.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to have to... I think they addressed that before they addressed the Central and South Americans.
Yeah, we'll see, man. When we come back, Democrats continue to support the drug runners of all people. Next on the Morning Extra on Extra 106.3.
Latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Here are your sports headlines for Thursday, December 18th. From the NBA, the Hawks are back in action tonight after the NBA Cup break against the Charlotte Hornets. Trae Young was a full participant in practice on Wednesday. He's coming off an MCL sprain that has had him sidelined since the end of October. He's questionable for tonight's game. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an illness. The Hawks are now 15-12 on the season. Tip-off at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte is set for 7 p.m. And in the NFL, Week 16 starts tonight with the Los Angeles Rams heading to Seattle as the Seahawks play host for Thursday Night Football. Both NFC West teams are 11-3. The Rams are favored by 1.5. Kickoff is set for 8:15. With your sports headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. So when we go through days or weeks of volatility in the market, Sean, it's hard to know what to do. What can you tell us?
The biggest thing is don't panic or make immediate decisions with your money. Take those emotional concerns out of the middle of it. You know, look, markets cycle regularly. Market corrections and bear markets are a normal part of the cycle. They're just part of the plan that are going to be accounted for. If you feel nervous when you read the headlines about big drops in the market, you might not know enough about how your money is positioned. That's why it's important to get the right guidance on a financial plan for your retirement.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
All right, so now's the time to start, folks. Looking ahead and identifying if you have too much risk in your portfolio. That's the first thing. We have a helpful little resource for our listeners today. We call it the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get it today by calling or texting WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement, plus guides on major topics like investments, Social Security, income planning, taxes, and so forth of the key components of retirement. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer and get your Retire Happy framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. The team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy framework to you right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Firm does not provide tax services.
For over 50 years, Mike Patton Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has been moving people right here in LaGrange. A true family business built on integrity and built around serving you. And right now is the perfect time to shop Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, because now through December 20th, you'll get a $500 Visa gift card, or we'll make your first payment on any new or pre-owned vehicle. Start your search anytime at MikePattonAuto.com, where you can shop hundreds of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. So drive a little, save a lot. In LaGrange on Lafayette Parkway, or online 24/7 at MikePattonAuto.com.
I am Michael Green, chef and third-generation owner of Matthew's Cafeteria, located on Main Street in historic downtown Tucker, Georgia. We have been serving Southern comfort favorites since my grandparents opened the doors in 1955. 70 years later, Matthew's is still preparing those same recipes. Come in today, grab a tray and sit down to award-winning fried chicken, turkey and dressing, hand-peeled mashed potatoes, and made-from-scratch biscuits, pies, and cobblers. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 6 days a week. Come and see us today and experience the Matthews way.
For many of us, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing. Hair loss had me feeling like my identity was lost altogether. John Michaels here from the locker room with a solution that worked for me. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment. Advanced Hair began regrowing my hair the very next day, and after just one visit. I had been aware of all the pills and lotions that came with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you already have, but I wanted to regrow my hair in specific areas permanently. From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Regrowing my hair with Advanced Hair has been truly life-changing, and for you, it starts with a free consultation. Call now, 872-217-HAIR. Mention John Michaels, and you'll receive $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's 872-217-HAIR or AdvancedHair.com.
Atlanta's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. What is one thing that's worse than voting for a woke Democrat? Answer: leaving your hard-earned valuables unprotected from fire and theft. And during the holidays, thefts and gang activity increase. So don't leave your stuff unprotected. And with rebates through the end of the year, there's no better time than to visit Atlanta Safe House and select a quality safe to protect your stuff. Our brands include Browning, Champion, and Fort Knox. So drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com. That's AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are a family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage. We do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Political violence cannot stand. And Extra 106.3 will continue on as the conservative voice of reason in Atlanta. We'll speak our mind, protect our values, and stand up for each other responsibly. Count on the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer, and the legend Neil Boortz to always have your back. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Tug and Los until 10. Ben Burnett in for Front Office Los. Omar is on the phone at 404-741-1230. How are you, sir? Good morning.
Doing great, man. Thank you very much for having me on.
Yes, sir. You're always welcome.
I love your conversation, and I think that we're missing the point that radical Islam is on the rise in the U.S. because of deficit spending. And just following out, if we're spending money on stuff that doesn't work and people are getting poor, people have less money to spend, then they need somebody to blame. And you blame the capitalists. So we're growing the radicals in our own country with the grievance policies. And I think that's what the imam was pointing out. When you're in the UAE, you're making a bunch of money, you're doing well, you're living high on the hog. Somebody comes in and say, be mad about something. Okay, let's be mad about something. They hang you in the public. You're like, you know what? I like making money better. I'm going to go back making money, and I'm going to do what is beneficial. And I think that they're looking at two sides of the same problem.
Okay. Omar, great perspective. I don't think I've ever put it. But the only thing I would say to that is, if you're making so much money in the UAE, why would you move to the United States? Like if you're in, living high on the hog, why would you move to the United States to begin with?
I saw Lindsay Lohan actually move to Dubai, got married, lives over there. She comes over here and does like Netflix movies and whatever now, but she like set up shop over there.
Yeah.
Maybe it is better. I don't know.
I've been, but it's been 20 years now.
I would that is on the list.
Went to Dubai.
Oh my God, I'd love to do it.
Yeah,
I'll figure out some. I've reached out to all the tourism agencies because I'm genuinely like, I'd give those guys as fair a shake as anybody.
Yeah.
I would like to understand.
Yeah, I think Omar makes some decent points. I'm not sure that that's the overwhelming majority of people that have come to the United States.
Well, if you look at the standard,
or that were imported to the United States,
even like low class government housing, right? And I'm not being ugly when I say this.
Oh, yeah.
The standard of living there is significantly better than it is in probably 3/4 of the world.
Sure.
By a billion people live in India, and 90% of them would kill to have that set of circumstances.
But I think Omar's point about looking for someone to blame is an easy way to radicalize.
Oh yeah,
people, and it's not just being in Islam. It could be any whatever the
Nobody
issue.
likes to be accountable for their shortcomings.
Of course not. And if you can find someone to blame, you will. It's a victim mentality, and we all have it to a degree. Like I do my best to never. And I'm not saying
you're kind of a soft victim though.
In what way?
No, I'm kidding. I was like, yeah, you got soft hands, Tug.
No, I'm telling you.
If you just work harder.
Yeah, no kidding. Good Lord. I don't think people realize. Like, I physically get up and I don't stop until I go to bed at night. My wife has actually asked me, will you please stop taking on jobs, stop taking on responsibility, because you have too much. I'm just built to work. It's in me. And but to Omar's point, I'm not saying that he's completely wrong. I'm just not sure he's completely right either.
No, but that's the
and maybe none of us are.
Well, that's the beauty of. I think they're disparate conversations, meaning separate.
Mm-hmm.
I do, because I think.
Did you dumb that down for me?
That means that they're separate points. Tuglet.
Yeah, the college grad speaking down to the 3 times college dropout.
Excuse me. But I do the 3 times dropout. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I am. I dropped out of Adult State College 3 times.
Tug, it ain't that hard to get through. I'm just saying, everybody makes a big deal about college or the trades or whatever.
Sure.
Like, let's just be real honest. If you pay your money for 4.5 years, if they let my dumb ass out, anybody can get through.
Yeah, mine actually was the first time I dropped out, went in the Navy. Second time I dropped out, I'd just gotten a promotion, so I had to drop out again. My schedule completely changed. And pardon me. And then third time, same thing. We moved to Atlanta, and I was in first semester back in, and we moved to Atlanta because my wife took the job here at DBC. And so that's the reason I dropped out 3. I don't think it's because I couldn't do it. It's just the timing never worked out.
Yeah, and then we were talking about victim mentalities earlier.
Yeah, well, it's not a victim at all. I'm just telling you how it all came down.
He's a victim.
Am I being a victim there, Jure?
No, but he's a victim in general.
He's a victim of that clock. You know what it is? A white supremacist idea that you be on time and do all of that.
No, Fonnie said yesterday. Fonnie Willis said.
That's a dumbass question.
Yeah, Fonnie said no, but she said. That is not. She said her boyfriend actually got everybody to work early. So that can't be.
She was paying him 160 hours a week. Is that right?
That's what I hear. So being on time can't be a construct of white supremacy.
Sometimes in the Bahamas.
Because she said he helped them get there. The entire staff got there 15 minutes early.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it can't be that.
What
no matter what the Smithsonian says.
I'll tie it off with Omar. I think everybody who has an opinion who is willing to acknowledge that those two
there's
things
an issue,
maybe,
there's a problem.
I think he's 100% right.
Step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Just acknowledging deficit's a big deal. Radical Islam is a huge deal. Those are probably the two biggest things that we face.
And I'm not going to be ugly, and this is not racial, but Omar did not sound like he was a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant man when he was on the phone.
You meaning that
as a human being,
that a lot of people could have the same view and not be from the same
race,
area, or same race, or same religion, even.
Totally.
Yeah. But
maybe we're getting there.
Look, I hope so. God, I hope so. We played that cut earlier. If I recall, common diversity isn't our strength. Common values are our strength. And I believe that.
I will take anybody who wants to tie those two things together and say, we should unpack that together.
Yeah. That's a positive step in the right direction.
And when we've put Omar on today, but there have been Jerry's had a lot of people read the Riot Act.
Yeah.
That tells me we're over the target.
That's exactly right, buddy. I'm telling you. Omar, thank you for calling. Thank you for listening. And you're always welcome on the show, man. I appreciate the fact that you give us a little bit of your time, and we're grateful for it.
What's Liberal John think?
I don't know. Have you heard from Johnny lately?
He's typically a 9 o'clock hour caller.
Right,
he's not a 4-hour club.
We're gonna swerve into him.
Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you,
9 a.m.
Liberal John calls in, and he knows that
he wants to socialize everything and keep the Muslims out.
Well, he is concerned about radical Islam. He absolutely is concerned about political Islam. Yes, and he is as far left as is he the most far left, Jerry, that calls? Probably.
Oh,
yeah, by far.
I like that.
Yeah, look,
he's a hateful listener.
No, he's hateful. I think he just recognizes, hey, we got a problem.
Yeah,
and it's a real problem.
They're not talking about that on NPR, Liberal John,
or on WSB. Yeah. They're not talking about it over there either. And won't. They can't.
For my final op-ed with the AJC one day, when I know they're going to eventually can me, that's what I'm going to write about. I'm going out on fire.
In a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
There are things I will not write in that paper.
Out in a blaze.
Draw a little doodle of Muhammad while you're at it.
Oh,
your way out.
Like Charlie Hebdo.
Mm-hmm.
Hebdo. I pronounce that right.
I like it over there, though.
Over where?
I like they let me write whatever I want.
Oh, yeah. Well, good. It's surprising that
sometimes it's a little different than what we talk about here.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
But I'm the same guy.
The problem with affordability for us and for America. Next to Xtra 106.3.
Time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Xtra 106.3.
Donald Trump's obscene comments about Rob Reiner and his wife left me so disgusted and angry that I found myself trying to think, why in the world do you even support this guy? And I settled on two things. Number one, he effectively closed the border and stopped the invasion from the South. That alone may have saved our republic. Plus, he's in the process of dismantling the Department of Education. Something else long overdue. What a shame if the teachers' unions lost their biggest support mechanism in Washington. Have you heard the latest from the National Education Association? It's about neo-pronouns and exo-pronouns. In early December, the NEA had an Advancing LGBTQ plus Justice event. They discussed neo-pronouns. What are those? Well, we have some examples, like Z, Zem, and Zir. Those are the neo-pronouns. Neo, new. Then the exo-pronouns. And again, this is from NEA documents. Exo-pronouns like cat, cats, and cat self. Yeah, for people who identify as cats. In some of their presentation slides at this event, the NEA referred to America as, quote, what we know as the United States of America, unquote, or quote, what we now call the United States of America. This is what the NEA is working on in 2025. And as Carol Markowitz in the New York Post tells us, they're just waiting for somebody to follow Donald Trump so they can go right back into prominence again. Thank you, Donald Trump, for doing anything you can to destroy these people and the Department of Education. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000, but it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%, or really it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. The 8 a.m. hour is brought to you by Central Heating and Air.
Touting year one of term 2. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
President Trump blamed Biden-era policies failing America in a primetime White House address.
But now, you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country.
The president also says he's bringing prices that had surged down.
Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that?
Later this hour, we'll get an inflation update expected to show a higher annual rate of increase in consumer prices last month.
Democrats say prices are higher, unemployment is rising, and Trump tariffs are hitting American consumers. The latest Fox News polling shows 9 in 10 Americans are concerned about inflation and high prices, about the same as the beginning of this year and higher than the summer of 2021 when inflation was beginning to take hold under the Biden administration.
Fox's Rich Edson at the White House. And touting revenue as tariffs have brought in, the president announced bonus checks for U.S. service members ahead of America's 250th birthday, $1,776 each.
Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations, everybody.
The president did not mention last night the U.S. military operation off the Venezuela coast that some Democrats question as illegal, targeting boats said to be trafficking drugs. And there was another strike yesterday, killing 4 more alleged narco-terrorists.
In a social media post, U.S. Southern Command, which also posted unclassified video of the boat as it was struck, said Secretary of War Pete Hegseth ordered the lethal kinetic strike on a vessel operated by a designated terrorist organization in international waters.
That's Fox's Lillian Wu. One survivor of the Brown University shooting remains in critical condition as police keep searching for the gunman who murdered 2 students and wounded 9 Saturday.
This actual physical evidence, there's DNA evidence, there's a lot of evidence that we're collecting.
Providence Police Chief Oscar Perez, they keep also searching for a person of interest. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
Wake up with the Morning Extra on Extra 106.3 Atlanta.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Extra. Ben Burnett in for Front Office Los. You listen to him in the Ben Burnett Show Saturdays and Sundays here on Extra. He's a former Alpharetta City Councilman. rides over the AJC.
Handsome devil.
And a good-looking, handsome devil on top of all of it. I mean, dude, what's it like just to have...
To be me?
Yeah.
You know, last summer it was really good being me, but I'm always honest about when it's not going as well, and you got to appreciate both sides of the mountain.
Sure.
But, dude, I'll tell you, there's something about, like, when you're retooling the business and you're hunting clients.
Mm-hmm. And are you in that?
Oh, I love it. My wife doesn't love it as much, but I love it.
You just like the hunt, the battle, the fight?
Oh, my God, yeah. There's nothing better. Winning, that's fine.
Really? That's interesting.
Dude, I've been to the top of the mountain, man. There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
But you want to get back there?
Yeah. You always have to find something else to scale.
You know, that reminds me a little bit of Kirby Smart. He talks about how, you know, after they won
the day after a national championship,
yeah.
Like, damn.
Like, it's time to... Well, no, it resembles what you just talked about. The fight.
I love it.
So does he.
The daily part of it that people don't see, building a business, doing real estate deals, doing stuff like that. Yeah, it's the period of uncertainty. It can wear on you, and there's some hard days to do that. But I'll tell you, man, when you find somebody or you get it, or you drag another client in,
and you get the deal done.
It's the best part of America, dude.
Get the deal done.
It is the best.
And you don't play golf, do you?
No,
That's
hell
what I'm saying.
no.
But look how much business gets done on the golf course, which is a little surprising to me that you don't play because of that reason alone.
I don't. I just don't love. I don't like to play golf. I like people. I'm open. I'm around. I like to help people get where they're going in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we had a little powwow fundraiser for a friend of ours named Greg Dolezal earlier this week.
Splendid guy running for...
he's running for lieutenant governor.
State senator.
Superhuman being. Really nice guy.
Incredible background.
He got tarred and feathered yesterday by Fonnie Willis.
Which I felt horrible for, but I knew it was coming, or I felt like I knew it was coming.
And that's the... I sent him a text message last night, and I just said, hey, dude, I want you to know I'm your friend because I'm your friend. And remember today, because I know you're about to go through a lot of media. You're going to be the guy they talk about on that end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the people who love you love you.
Yeah, and you got to be able to...
And I know what's not real life.
And the people that hate you.
Yeah.
And that's never going to change.
And that's politics.
Yeah, and it is. And it's never going to change, and that's the world that you live in.
But he is such a good dude.
Yeah.
George would be super lucky
to get him as lieutenant governor.
And he's not a lawyer. To put him up front was a little bit unfair. And he only sat up front and did the majority of the question asking because some senator had a medical procedure yesterday or the day before or whatever and was unavailable. It was like chicken S word.
Yeah, no, that's right.
And so Greg, to his credit, was like, all right.
I'll stand in front. But let me tell you, Fonnie Willis ran circles around the Republicans yesterday.
She did.
She made them look, to me, she made them look unprepared. She made them look petty. She made them look like they are chasing ghosts.
The milk was spoiled.
Yeah, it's over. Dude, she's not going to... If you believe Fonnie Willis is going to get in trouble for what she is accused of doing...
And she did.
And did.
But she won that damn battle yesterday.
She is not a dumb woman. She does not come off as a dumb woman. She comes off as an entertainer because that's part of it. Mm-hmm. She comes off as she's not afraid to play the victim card, which she did, and it was on display and dared somebody to call her on it, and nobody did.
Oh, I would have.
But see, that's the thing. Ooh. Okay, so let's go back through that because we're talking about the Fonnie Willis's testimony yesterday. And if you saw any of the clips, can you cue that up, Jeray? She was talking about all kinds of. This is one of the blowups. Listen to this.
I don't review those documents, so you're asking me to look at documents that I haven't for the first time. What I can tell you is that I only allowed Mr. Wade to bill 160 hours a week, and then Mr. Wade would be the first one in the office making sure that my staff arrived. He corrected their behavior. They thought that 8:30 meant 8:30. He taught them that 8:30 means 7:45. He got there before them. He left after him. He taught them how to do this case, and he was a leader to that team and a public servant. And for that, him like me has been threatened thousands of times. You want something to investigate as a legislature? Investigate how many times they've called me the N-word. Why don't you investigate that? Why don't you investigate them writing on my house? Why don't you investigate the fact that my house has been swatted? If you want something to do with your time that makes sense. And you can use all this in your campaign ad. You attacked Fonnie Willis. What have you done, sir? Nothing.
And she ain't wrong. What have they done? Nothing. And they're going to get nothing done. She's right. She's right. You can hate it. You can hate it all you want. She's right.
It was a year late.
It was a year late. At least a year late.
It would have been a different set of the circumstances could have been different. But I want you guys to understand this is how smart this woman is, regardless of the dumb thing that she did by hiring her boyfriend who was married.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Her boo, as she called him.
She waited and waited and waited.
She waited them out.
Because the American people, I said it earlier today, they have a shelf life and an attention span. And she waited until there were things going on with the president that were less favorable. And was like, was it last week when she was like, yeah, we'll comply with the subpoena the week before Christmas?
Yeah, when people aren't paying attention.
After the Democrats have had some wins in Georgia that they didn't think.
The Public Service Commission wins?
It was that one I'm not bothered by.
Okay.
The one that people need to wake up and understand is when you win in Oconee County, I don't care if it's by one. It's
deep red.
It is real red.
Yeah.
And when they're organized enough to get people out in a small special election.
How many votes do you think were cast? And not that it matters, because they got more than we did. I bet, 2,500 votes?
Oh, no. I bet it was, I bet in a general or a jungle primary runoff, I would say, I don't know if there were two people or if that was a runoff. So I don't know. 10,000 max. We can find it.
Yeah, we can look it up. But I'm just saying, it's not like an incredible amount of people voting. But to their credit, they got the base, and that's the concern about the midterms.
Charlie Bailey is not on my team, the head of the Democrat Party of the state of Georgia. He's had a really good last 6 months, and that ought to scare the out of all of y'all. Because
you're not including that.
I'm saying. In general.
Yeah, all of us.
All of us.
There you go.
And that's, when you look at if the message and how people feel doesn't improve, it will affect Derek Dooley.
Sure.
It will affect the other guys in that Senate race. It will affect Burt Jones, who I think, and you probably think will win But if people if people haven't changed or softened on Trump,
how am I blind to this magical affordability thing? Because we were in such a gutter under Joe Biden's administration, and the people who actually ran it, we know Joe didn't.
Where's your blind spot?
Yeah,
I mean, he told you in the 2024 race that he was going to solve affordability.
Right.
So you're a year away from a midterm cycle, and it's not solved.
It wasn't going to be solved. There's no way to solve it in 11 months.
I agree with you.
No way.
But the problems that the Biden administration have, the problems in this country don't stop when one administration turns over and another.
I agree.
Begins.
Right. But if you let the Democrats, you're going right back to you're erasing the gains that Donald Trump has put into place.
Yeah.
That I expect by next summer, man, the economy will be on fire. I expect that.
I want that to be the case.
You don't believe that it will be?
I don't know. I say it all the time. I don't know. I think that we talked about
the progress. Look at businesses being the investment in the company or in the country. All the things, the affordability, your gas prices have never been cheaper. The food at the grocery store, egg prices, never been cheaper. I guess that's where my blind spot is, because I'm wondering how not allowing him to continue with the successes that we've already seen and the progress and the momentum that we have, not continuing that is cutting your nose off to spite your face.
I agree with you. But the country runs in 2-year cycles, 4-year cycles, and 6-year cycles.
How do you not see this? If you're the country, if you're a voter in the country, how do you not see what I'm saying? How do you not understand that changing and going back to what the Democrats were doing just 11 months ago will make you poorer, that will give you less opportunity? How can you not wrap your head around? Dude, I'm not a well-educated man. We're just making fun of me being a 3-time college dropout.
Well, I'll tell you.
And I can see it. How can I be the only one that sees it?
I think that it is very, let's say that everything you just said is right.
Do you believe it is?
I think it's impossible to get inflation back to that 2 or 2.5 if they're going to run massive deficit spending. And I don't think there's any other answer. And Donald Trump, for all the things I love,
he's a spender.
He is as bad as any president we've had at spending money.
Right. Now, I agree with that. If there is a problem, that is it.
Or the Muslims in the country. Those are the two.
Those are two. when they're telling you they want to destroy the country. It's problematic. But even with the spending there, if I believe that Donald Trump believes, and I can't speak for him, but this is what I think he thinks, is that if I create an economy that's so robust,
it won't matter.
It won't matter. I'm not saying that's a good idea because I don't agree with it.
Well, you can Clay Travis has made the point a lot when Outkick started to get really, really big. He said, I made so many mistakes with that business before Fox bought it, and you didn't know because I grew at a scale where it didn't show up. And I can understand that. I think the country is a little bit of a different thing.
Of course.
But I hope. Look, I voted for the guy in every primary and every general that we have ever had. Mm-hmm. But I'm also not asleep. If the Obamacare subsidies, if he is not able, and he will not be able to do this without Congress, if he's not able to cut checks to the American people to offset, and I mean the small business owners, this ain't like if you're on some corporate health plan, you're getting a check. If he's not able to do something for the small business owners.
Like he did with the farmers? Something like that? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm saying he said, I'm not going to do
them checks.
I'm not going to do the subsidies. I'm going to send money directly to the people.
Right.
If you can't do that, you're going to be unbelievably unpopular. If that doesn't work out, that's not like we're paying off the troops who are already, cutting checks to them, like you said last night. That's a whole different kettle of fish. Because
as far as amounts of money.
Well, as far, dude.
I know.
It's $2,000. I own my own business. I pay for my own health care, and I'm outside the subsidy threshold. But when you realize if you make under $150,000 in adjusted gross income, the federal government subsidizes your health care with an Obamacare subsidy.
Yeah, which is
leading insane.
It's insane, and it leads right, talking about deficit, leads right to it. But we have to put together something, and I think whether it's Rand Paul's idea where he said, "Hey, dude, let freaking Costco let them."
Yes, I'm with him,
dude. Me too.
I'll take
it. And they passed it. Didn't that get passed in the House yesterday?
I'd have to. I don't. If it requires 60, it'll be.
It's in the House, not the Senate.
I am pulling for them, but I'm telling you, when you let the little people who are not getting the subsidies, who are under that $100,000 thing, and you're going to send them from essentially having free health care to paying $24,000 or $25,000 a year before they go to the doctor.
Imagine having to take care of your own health care.
I don't think that ends well if the President Trump can't get it done.
No, I understand what you're saying. But what's the alternative? Going back and continuing this Obamacare charade?
It's a total charade.
But
I live it.
Right. So we have to get it solved. We both agree there. We have to get it solved. If Donald Trump says, no, we're not, but I'm not paying for it, you're not paying for it, this is a charade, it doesn't work, we have to come up with a better system. He's right.
He is right.
We do have to come up with a better system. We can't continue the game. We can't continue that bull crap.
But people talk about Obamacare like it's a punchline. Like if you work for somebody, you get mad about the fact that your insurance is, the premium is increased.
Yeah.
Dude, your employer pays for pretty much at least half of your health insurance. It's a huge benefit to private.
My wife works in that world. I know.
Yeah. And I'm not like poo-pooing that. I'm saying that you're mad about 50% of what the average guy at home is like. And they can't cancel somebody off a group policy. They can cancel the entire group policy.
Right. We can't get an individual.
My wife went for genetic testing because she got family history of breast cancer. Mm-hmm. And I got a notice 30 days ago that they were canceling us because I had been private. And now I don't know if I have any choice, and I've got to make a decision here immediately. And candidly, I've already made what I'm going to do. But I'll tell you, it is super scary to have to pay $20-something thousand a year before you go to the doctor.
No, of course it is. That's why Obamacare was meant to be a disaster to begin. They knew it was going to be a disaster.
Pushing to
single payer. It's exactly right. So we have to figure out that problem. No one's denying that.
Costco and Amazon can.
Absolutely they can. So can Walmart. So can your credit card company.
I'm pulling for them.
Me too, man. It's the only way. And that would give free market because the thing that Trump, his suggestion of we're just going to cut checks and send it to the American people, the insurance companies know what that check is.
Their lobby's bigger than mine.
It's exactly right. You have to have something with size that that you can use that size to your advantage and make it work.
And Costco is an incredibly conservative organization, and I'm still pulling for them.
No. What do they have, 800,000 members or something?
Yeah, but the employer base.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, though, is that would give you a pool of 800,000 people right there out the gate.
They have such buying power.
Yes.
That what you don't understand in Georgia is if I go to Costco and buy 3 pounds of meat, ground beef, it's the same price in Hawaii. They don't dollar cost average based on location. Mm-hmm. Guess whose Costco's do better than anybody? Hawaii and California.
Yeah, exactly.
They putting Safeway out of business.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. We have to figure out. We know we have to figure out healthcare. Sticking with Obamacare or doing that farce with those subsidies is crazy.
I hope they cut the head off the snake.
Me too, man.
I'm there, and I'm willing to hurt.
Me too. You're going to have to.
I am willing to hurt because it will be me.
Yeah, it's like people going to the gym. If you let yourself go, it's going to hurt till you get yourself back in shape. And that's what I like in it.
I need to do that.
Yeah, I got a guy for you.
Let's do it.
I got a guy for you. When we continue on Extra 106.3, since you brought up Derek Dooley, let's talk about him and that Senate race and what we expect, especially with affordability being part of it, Donald Trump being a part of it. There's so many layers to the Senate race in the state of Georgia, and we must win. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Next on Extra.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our Extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the Extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, one second chance at a time. This week's guest is Major James Bullock of the Cobb County Police Department. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
It's midnight and the phone rings. It's a loved one calling from jail. They had a little too much fun at the holiday party and got pulled over. Now what? Time to call A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance will get your loved one home quickly. For 20 years, they've been helping folks with 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham and are available 24/7. For fast, professional, discreet services, call 404-BAILOUT. That's 404-BAILOUT or visit atlbail.com. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us.
Get a great deal on a new Subaru and give back. It's really that easy. For every new Subaru bought or leased during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru of Gwinnett will make a donation to national and local charities that our owners care about. The Subaru Share the Love event has supported more than 2,700 hometown charities, and by the end of our 18th year, Subaru and retailers like Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated more than $350 million to charity. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community, and during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, you get a great vehicle and support a great cause. With every new Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru will donate $250 to your choice of charities. Additionally, for every Subaru vehicle routine visit during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $5 to our hometown charity. But it's only happening now through January 2nd, so hurry in to Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies. Glenn Beck is not a client and is paid for his endorsement.
Ain't nothing beats the cozy comfort of a warm fireplace on a cool Georgia night. Tug here for Chimney Solutions. But before you light that fire, make sure the chimney's clean, safe, and ready with my friends at Chimney Solutions. Did you know that a dirty and damaged chimney could lead to dangerous carbon monoxide leaks or even chimney fires? Don't take that chance. Chimney Solutions certified technicians use state-of-the-art equipment to ensure your home and family are protected. Chimney Solutions, keeping Georgia homes safe, warm, and beautiful for over 25 years.
For anyone who's ever wanted to learn to cook quality barbecue, Southern Thunder Barbecue School is offering a hands-on cooking school experience with training from award-winning barbecue grand champions. It's a fantastic holiday gift. Find out more at southernthunderbbq.com. That's southernthunderbbq.com.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly. I love celebrating this magical time of year with my community. If you're looking for a place to connect this holiday season, you need to check out Smyrna First United Methodist.
I'm Evie with Smyrna First United Methodist. We invite you to celebrate hope with us. On Monday, December 22nd, join us for a live nativity and Holy Communion from 5 to 8 p.m. Then, on Christmas Eve, we have 4 beautiful candlelight services between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
That sounds wonderful. What about after Christmas?
We're kicking off the new year with our Elevate Youth Weekend, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you need a little personal inspiration, check out my podcast on Spotify, On Purpose with Purpose.
There is always something happening at Smyrna First United Methodist Church. Visit smyrnafumc.org for details. Remember, everyone is invited, and our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
It's Thursday, December 18th. An 18-year-old student from Georgia was among the victims of the shooting at Brown University. Jacob Spears of Evans, Georgia, is recovering after being shot in the stomach while taking a final exam. He managed to get out of the building and was rushed to the hospital. Family members have traveled to Providence to be by his side. The shooting left 2 people dead and several others injured. Police continue to search for a suspect. No arrests have been made. 5 new charter schools in Georgia are set to receive more than $9 million in startup grants to help get ready for opening. The funding will cover items like furniture, curriculum, and other essential supplies. Each school can receive up to $2 million to prepare for students arriving next fall. Among the funded schools are one with a healthcare training focus and another that will serve students with special needs. 4 of the 5 schools are located in the metro Atlanta area. And police in Woodstock have arrested 2 men caught on camera vandalizing the City Center East parking deck downtown. Authorities say 27-year-old Carson Roden-Wee and 33-year-old Anthony DeHessler were identified from video footage showing them riding mini bikes and damaging an elevator inside the parking garage. The pair were booked into Cherokee County Jail and face multiple charges, including felonies. Today's weather, scattered showers with a high of 63. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10. Los out until the new year. Ben Burnett, my buddy, old Ben Burnett, former Alpharetta City Councilman and host of the Ben Burnett podcast that you can hear on Extra 106.3 here on Saturdays and Sundays. A busy man and a dear friend of mine. Glad that he's sitting in with me today. 8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier experts. 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com. Looking forward to spending time with Chuck and his team. This afternoon, round 3, we're going to go and do a little gathering and a bunch of cheers for Christmas.
They do a great job, dude.
I love it.
I'm not on anybody's payroll. Mm-hmm. I use them.
Yeah, it's because they're great, dude. One of the only locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta, second generation, locally owned, Atlanta-based, Atlanta-owned for 78 years. They've been a locally owned company. There's so many of these HVAC companies been bought up with private equity. Look, it's a lucrative business. Makes sense for PE to jump in. Chuck has resistance, and this is what I do, man. I just love my company.
I love that.
There's very few of those.
Well, look, the money in this country to do like giant things. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. I'm not going to put this on the street, but one of the giant investment banks is underwriting the toll roads or the toll lane up and down Georgia 400. And there's a part of it that's got municipal bonds, and he goes, now the vast majority of this is underwritten by BLACK, one of the rock stone.
Yeah, I know exactly. Dude, I knew you were saying.
And I was like, really? How long is that deal? He was like, 50 years. I was
goodness gracious.
God. Dude. So the state of Georgia will have it back in 50 years.
Nothing like.
But there's no other way to do it.
Nothing like paying for lanes that you already paid for.
With private equity money.
Okay. Nothing like your tax dollars have built it.
50-year deal, dude.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate all of it. And I hate PE jumping into college football, too.
I'm with you, dude.
Dude, it is going to destroy college football.
A business. Name one business it has ever made better for the little people.
None.
And I hate to sound like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about college football is well on its way to ruining its product.
Yeah, it is. Just like
and
the
I
NBA
say that as a guy who loves it.
Me too. I love it, love it, love it, love it. They're going to ruin the sport I love. I know they are.
And
the NBA's ruined itself with its marriage and money to China. They've ruined that product. But the NFL, say what you want. I know it's successful. I don't watch it. I hadn't in 5 years. I just don't care.
I will say this: if I got NBA tickets, like to sit courtside, it's
an incredible experience.
It's the best live one.
Absolutely, there's nothing like it.
But you're right.
But do you watch it at night?
I watch the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what most people do. What most people do. Very few people, and you can see it by the ratings. Yeah. No one is watching regular season NBA. They tried to do that silly cup thing.
Yeah.
So silly, so ridiculous. Charles Barkley, I love what he said. It's embarrassing.
It's like, just go to the season.
Yeah. It's embarrassing that you have to do some gimmick in the middle of the season to try to get somebody to be interested. Paying players extra to actually play and participate because there's a big bonus at the end of it. Was it like $500,000 or something like that?
I would be out there for $500,000.
Yeah.
I'm with you. And look, the audience is there too.
It's a disaster, and it's going to ruin the sport that you and I love in college football. It is. And then, dude, there's a strike looming in Major League Baseball, which is scary to think about. That I don't know that baseball ever recovered after 94, completely recovered after that 94 strike.
I was young, so for me to
I was in high school,
one way or the other.
Yeah, I was in high school.
I know my dad, who's 72, hadn't really cared since then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's damaging. It is, and I don't know why it's so damaging, but it is.
I don't know. I don't get the the work stoppage like 5 or 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get bailed out by COVID? Was that during the work stoppage? Like you kind of didn't notice. It was around the same time, but I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't remember the backlash from that one, but I remember when the Braves, didn't they win the World Series in Houston?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. As a matter of fact. Yeah, that was a fun run, especially here, being at the Battery at Dickey Broadcasting, looking down right field gate of Truist Park, watching the parade come through. That was a fun time, man. It is so much fun. And I'm afraid that college football, the joy that I find in college football is going to be ripped from my hands.
I say it all the time. I marvel at the success of industries and people, and I'm happy for folks when they do well. Mm-hmm. I think Tucker Carlson, he made a point on his podcast a couple months ago that like America 30 or 40 years ago, it's not what it is today, but it was a better place.
Yes, it was.
It was a better country.
Yeah, because it was before the divisiveness of Barack Obama.
I'm
telling you what I think.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But it was, you wonder about when you see all the private equity deals, that didn't used to be. I'm speaking in January at the.
So you mean just from a business perspective, not as a whole as a country?
I just feel like it was, it was the point I made, and I think you believe it too. I think private equity money will ruin collegiate athletics. I'm a happy, proud Samford alum who will donate $1,000 to their NIL program in basketball.
Go Bulldogs.
Yep, but. Look, it's so expensive now to field. I mean, I bet every SEC basketball team has a payroll of $5 or $6 million.
I'm sure it does.
And that's basketball.
I know. Well, it's 25. Isn't it capped at 25 for NIL? 25 million?
Georgia finally got good at basketball, and it happened because it was like, it turns out the facilities didn't matter when you could just openly pay people.
Yeah. They used to do it just under the table.
The second highest paid professional league in the entire world, basketball league, is the SEC.
Yeah.
Behind the NBA.
Yeah, there you go.
Think about that.
No, it's crazy. It's a crazy thing. But I do believe there's nothing more American than making money off your last name. I do think there's a value there. I think the whole
when Ohio State sells their marketing rights or whatever to BlackRock or whoever, we'll get a cease and desist letter for this. It's not, dude, you can't find a business that those things touch where they don't divvy it up in 5,000 ways and skim every possible angle, and they don't give a S about me and you. Nothing.
No, you're not going to convince me, man. You don't have to convince me. I'm trying to figure out, because I just did a quick Google search, about
the house settlement.
Well, no, the Utah private equity. I'm trying to figure out who it is, and it doesn't matter.
It's eventually going to be all of them.
Yeah, I know it is. The article from CNBC is they broke the seal, and that's the truth. Dude, it is about to be a snowball to hell, is what my grandpa used to say.
Would that make you less of a fan?
Depends on how bad it damages the game. And it looks, like you said, when this private equity made it better, if that applies with this, it seems like it will certainly damage.
Is Kirby Smart, like if he's asked this question, is he allowed to be honest or is he not allowed?
I don't know.
I don't either.
The answer.
I'm genuinely asking.
I don't know the answer. I think he's wise, so he's not going to say anything.
He's political.
You have to be to a degree. I think he's honest when he can be, and he knows when he can't be. Just like anybody else. It's just like anybody else. We joked about CEOs listening to our show. They get it off their chest as they're driving into work, and we know there's plenty of CEOs that listen.
You're their therapist,
a little bit,
which is kind of scary.
It is, but I feel like I'm a pretty good fella. I'd take you out for get you a beer, and we'll blow off some steam, and it'd be great. I'd be a good friend. But I was surprised at the amount of people at the C-suite level that listen, and I was introduced to a man that's in that position, and
just put his name out there, Tug. Go ahead.
I would never, absolutely not even a chance. Would never. But but again, just like which is the whole point.
You're like I listen to you every morning. You're like, really?
Yeah, I was Wow, thank you. I appreciate it. But because they can't say some of the things, because you just in the world of corporate America, there's things you can't do and say. And I think that's their therapy, to use your word. Well, but it goes back to the point. The broader point is that when you can say it and when you can't, and Kirby's probably in that position too.
Well, and he's got look, if you get to that level, and he deserves all of it. But I'll tell you, I don't have the talent as an individual to be one of those private equity folks. Mm-hmm. And I've learned, I know plenty of people that deal with them on a regular basis. It scares me as a business owner when you start looking at that to put deals together, because I'm like, gosh, I don't care how smart I am or how many degrees I've got or what my GPA was. I know they know something I don't.
Like dealing with the devil a little bit.
I do. I do genuinely feel that way. And I bet most of us, if you look at, and those guys that are listening that are part of those PE companies are like, you should never lose sight of what you just said.
Yeah, I'm sure they know.
On the other end, they're like, yeah, you only know the half of it.
Yeah, that would not surprise me in the least.
But it's the biggest reason, man. I don't want to go back into some corporate role, because I want to be able to talk about the deficits and Muslims, and I can right now.
Yeah, dude, that's the one thing that this company gives us the opportunity to do. They've never walked in here and said, here's what you can say and here's what you can't. Never once has it ever happened. In 4 or 5 years of the station, it's never happened.
And if you ever see me on LinkedIn with a corporate job ever again, it was because I was destitute.
Yeah. I left corporate radio for that exact reason. When I had the opportunity to come to the only privately owned broadcast company in Atlanta.
You're like, what can I say? Whatever you feel.
Yeah,
like.
Just whatever's on your mind, whatever you really feel.
Yeah.
And
we will fire you if you say something really egregious.
Seriously. Right. But I think they put the faith in me and Los and you being in here today. I think and Jeray, I think they put the faith in all of us that we're going to say what's on our mind. We're going to say it with conviction. We're gonna back up our arguments as best we can, and we're not going to endanger the FCC license. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's the only thing they've ever said. Don't damage the FCC license like ABC did.
It is wild to also see like how antiquated this is. We talked about tariffs and why things change and why it didn't make sense for the United States for a long time and why it makes sense for it in its current environment. That is another industry that could totally go away because the vast majority of information right now is transferred through a private, unregulated medium, through Instagram, Facebook, podcasts in general. And there's no rules. I can literally say anything on my own show, and I can't hear.
No, you're right.
And it is unfair to radio.
Well, yeah, it is. It's crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. And we've joked about that. Jerry's brought that up a couple times. Because something will get said, like Neil Boards comes on with us in a legendary voice, and he called somebody an a-hole, and Jerry's like, and so he dumped it out, and we laughed about how the people listening at 106.3 or 1230 did not hear it because we dumped out of it, but the people on the app got it unfiltered.
Yeah,
and it's the exact same broadcast,
correct?
Just getting to you by two different mechanisms, one regulated, one not. It's a little backwards, a little antiquated, yes,
and it won't change. Like they're incapable of this.
You're telling me you think the government is going to be able to maneuver and update and do things that make sense?
Well, it was
Ben Burnett. That's crazy talk.
I've told every politician running for statewide office they need their own YouTube platform all the time. I said because you just never know, and your barrier to entry is zero.
And the only thing, well, if you go on YouTube though, they'll ban you for any sort of conservative talk. Now they'll pull you down for that usually.
Still,
yes. It's not as bad as it was, but yes, definitely. 8 o'clock hour brought to you by Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert. 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com. When we come back, let's hit that the Derek Dooley and the Senate race. And this man had such a funny line I want to play for you. What you need to protect your kids from. Next and Extra.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Here are your sports headlines for Thursday, December 18th. From the NBA, the Hawks are back in action tonight after the NBA Cup break against the Charlotte Hornets. Trae Young was a full participant in practice on Wednesday. He's coming off an MCL sprain that has had him sidelined since the end of October. He's questionable for tonight's game. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an illness. The Hawks are now 15-12 on the season. Tip-off at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte is set for 7 p.m. And in the NFL, Week 16 starts tonight with the Los Angeles Rams heading to Seattle as the Seahawks play host for Thursday Night Football. Both NFC West teams are 11-3. The Rams are favored by 1.5 points. Kickoff is set for 8:15. With your sports headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
Attention Extra listeners. The end of the year is closing in. Are your retirement plans ready? We at Master Plan Retirement Consultants are holistic retirement planners, including income and growth planning, tax strategies, and estate and legacy planning. Each piece of the retirement puzzle must fit together cohesively because we know a change in one area can inevitably affect the others. Our boutique team serves you with fiduciary care, ensuring every step moves you closer to a confident, sustainable retirement. Don't wait. There's still time to adjust your plan before year end. Schedule your complimentary consultation now at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Masterplan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Masterplan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey, it's a Kimmer talking about Stovall.
Yeah, I just wanted to brag on Stovall. I went up there and actually got a quote on some of their material up there, and he gave me the quotes I wanted, but he said what would work best they don't carry, and referred me to one of their competitors. That's how good they are. And sure enough, he was right. The material he was talking about that they don't carry, it's actually going to work best for me. So I've got that on the way. It all worked out well. Makes me want to go back and buy something from them now.
Folks, when it comes to landscaping supplies, start at Stovall. 11 locations around Atlanta. Online at StovallInc.com.
You and your buddy. You've been through a lot with each other. The ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately? Not performing on the job. He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Dio and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit stopmyed.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Online at stopmyed.com.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Its intelligent technology is intuitive. Its responsive performance, responsible. Turbo power with a hybrid assist, a digital yet sensual cockpit, and sporty elegance helps make the C-Class a driver's delight and paradise for passengers. Get an exceptional offer on the 2025 Mercedes-Benz C300 sedan. Just $469 per month for 36 months with 5,013 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, now through January 2nd, 2026. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through January 2nd, 2026. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofAtlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Georgia Tech baseball phenom Drew Burress and the Yellow Jackets are ready to take the field this spring after winning the ACC regular season championship last season. Don't miss your chance to watch one of the nation's top talents at McNeese Baseball Park and Russ Chandler Stadium.
Swing and a high fly ball cranked deep left field. That one is ticketed for the parking lot.
Lock Lock in your 2026 season tickets now at ramblinwreck.com/tickets. Sting 'em.
Meet Bob. He's 63 years old. He spent 40 years as a body man and car painter. Bob heard me talk about Relief Factor and decided, give it a shot. Bob wrote in, he said, Glenn, I could barely walk. I couldn't make it up the stairs. Day 4 or 5, I began to feel the change. But after just 8 days on Relief Factor, I'm 75% better. I'm comfortable, and I'm thoroughly impressed. These are the kinds of transformations that are common with Relief Factor. In fact, 2 out of the 3 people who try it go on to order more month after month, and I'm one of those people. I wasn't banging on cars all day like Bob, but my pain was in my hands, and it was debilitating nonetheless. I couldn't paint, I couldn't write. I was quickly losing hope, and I feared the rest of my life I just have to live with the pain. So if you're living with daily aches and pains, Relief Factor might be the real deal for you. Try the 3-week quick start today. It's only $19.95. See how it works for you. Visit relieffactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800-4-RELIEF.
From the latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust, your best new follow on social media is Extra 1063. We're at XTRA 1063 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events and so much more. Follow at Extra 1063 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra. Ben Burnett in for Front Office Los. Thank you for being here. 404-741-1230 at Extra 1063 across the social media platforms. The phones have been busy this morning.
That's what happens when you bring in a giant liberal.
Like Ben Burnett. Not a giant liberal, not at all. But funny dialogue with callers this morning, and we've had some great ones. And I've seen Jerry back there
running them off.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing. Well, talking them off the ledge sometimes. But,
yeah, Jerry, what are people upset about this morning?
Oh boy, let's see. Let's rewind for about an hour. Talking about the data centers and the power breaks. You brought up how they're getting a lot of breaks on the power rating.
Incredible.
It's unbelievable.
How much?
Are you more angry about that?
Dude, I was angry about it with Rivian.
No. I'm saying the fact that Georgia Power willingly sells rates at essentially a third of the cost.
But it's happening across the country.
I know, but I feel
make it
like
right. No, it
is my duty to point it out. And if you want to sit there and be the United States Chamber of Commerce and defend the largest, most
I'm
monopolistic
not defending anything. No. All I'm saying is that it is happening everywhere. You have to know it's happening before you can do anything about it.
What else is going on? What's the other negative feedback? And by the way, I love when people call in and are more U.S. Chamber of Commerce focused than I am.
You are, because that's tough to be. That's tough to be.
I think somebody took some umbrage with your characterization of our president's treatment of Mr. Reiner.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Passing.
Yeah, Los and I talked about it. We wouldn't have handled it the way that the president did, but understand why he did what he did, and understand that Rob Reiner held functions for Clapper and Comey, and brought them all in. Hey, how do we push this, knowing that it was fake to begin with?
Okay,
knowing everything that they've put Trump through. Rob Reiner was at least a big hand in bringing it all together in Hollywood and with leftist elites. I wouldn't have said what he said.
Okay, that was the only point I made.
Right, exactly. But I understand why he said what he said.
While his son stabbed he and his wife like massively and repeatedly, and I was like, you know what? I'd have just left that off the Twitter.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have said it either.
Anything else, Omar?
Well, everybody agrees that radical Islam is a huge problem.
Dude,
we got to stop that and nip that in the bud. People may just disagree on why. But
why?
That's
okay. The thing I learned in politics is that I'm a yes and person.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want this going on, but I don't want it for different reasons. I was like, I can make my reason your reason. Let's go.
Yeah, let's fix it. Let's make sure we get the problem solved. Dude, I'm telling you.
Yes and.
Yeah, that's the greatest way to.
You want to say it's economic, and you think I'm a racist? That's fine. It can be economic.
Well, because the word racism doesn't really hold any.
No, not anymore.
It doesn't hold any weight.
Ask Fonnie.
Yeah. What was that yesterday? She's talking about how they should investigate her house with somebody. She says no evidence of it that I know of. I've not heard anything about it. How many times people had spray painted the N-word on her home? And you brought up a good point. Well, are you in Fulton County? Don't you have a relationship with the sheriff? Or
feel like you ought to have a real good relationship with Pat Labatt.
Yeah. So
I feel like there's criminal activity if they're spray painting anything on your house at all.
Of course.
Even if it says hello.
Yeah, anything. You should. Odd that it just came out yesterday. It's never been discussed before that I know of.
We should find somebody needs to do this. I don't have the time, but I'll tell you how right now. Somebody needs to file an open records request after they find her address and see if there were any calls
about
and complaints.
That.
Yeah, because I'm willing to bet that didn't happen.
No, of course it didn't. Of course it didn't.
That would be a good if you had an hour and a half today, you can find all of it in the public. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to know if that was real.
Yeah, because there's something.
I feel like she probably has been swatted, though.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I believe that. The spray painting, I think, is
it's fake. That's fake news.
You know what racist white hillbillies are not doing? Driving to the inner city of Atlanta to spray paint your house.
Yeah, I don't buy that one.
They're working.
The swatting thing, though, I think you bring a good, because look at how many times it happens just all.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that goes across political lines. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, that happened to her house like 7 or 8 times.
What would you have asked Fonnie yesterday that you feel like the Republicans missed?
I would have started with, what made you campaign on getting Donald Trump? You know, what was it during your campaign when you're like, we're going to explore this? You know, what made you decide to say that? If this was all on the up and up, why would you have done that? What about you? What would be your question?
I would have referenced about 100 million times receipts from your taxpayer-funded trip with your married boyfriend. I would have said that a lot because it's not racial and it's not gender.
Yeah.
And I also would have said, I'm sorry, Mrs. Willis, did I say anything about your race or your gender when I referenced your unethical, fraudulent behavior?
But that's the preparation, right?
And that's...
Our questions are preparation questions. And the ones that got asked yesterday were not.
And they're all smart people.
I know they are, and I'm not saying they're not, but she ran circles around them because they were underprepared.
She ran circles around them because it wasn't underprepared. It's that the performative aspect of that Jesse Jackson style racial politics is something that you're not going to learn in Vidalia or Forsyth County.
You knew it was coming.
Oh my God. If I was her life coach, I'd have told her to do the same thing.
Right. But for the Republicans, you know it's coming.
Yeah, it'd be like,
you know it's coming.
She's going to call you a white racist who hates women.
Oh, no. That's right. But you knew it was coming. So what, you didn't take any time to prepare?
I would have. No, I wouldn't have had to.
No, I know you wouldn't, but I'm saying for them.
Talk to me about these documents.
For the Republicans that were there.
You've never seen them with your signatures on them.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how can you not prepare for what you know is coming? Because your text to me last night when we were discussing this,
she was masterful.
She was masterful. Absolutely, she was. That's exactly what I told you. But when we were talking about it, you said they expected decorum, and I was like, what fool?
Yeah.
What fool?
I'd have been like, no, you're going into a racial street fight. She knows one love language. That's it.
When we continue on Extra 106.3, I want to play you that cut about how you need to protect your kids and what you need to protect them from. Let's talk about the foreign policy issues that Trump has versus those domestic issues next on Extra.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Donald Trump's obscene comments about Rob Reiner and his wife left me so disgusted and angry that I found myself trying to think, why in the world do you even support this guy? And I settled on 2 things. Number 1, he effectively closed the border and stopped the invasion from the south. That alone may have saved our republic. Plus, he's in the process of dismantling the Department of Education. Something else long overdue. What a shame if the teachers' unions lost their biggest support mechanism in Washington. Have you heard the latest from the National Education Association? It's about neo-pronouns and exo-pronouns. In early December, the NEA had an Advancing LGBTQ plus Justice event. They discussed neo-pronouns. What are those? Well, we have some examples, like Z, Zem, and Zir. Those are the neo-pronouns. Neo, new. Then the exo-pronouns. And again, this is from NEA documents. Exo-pronouns like cat, cats, and cat self. Yeah, for people who identify as cats. In some of their presentation slides at this event, the NEA referred to America as, quote, what we know as the United States of America, unquote, or, quote, what we now call the United States of America. This is what the NEA is working on in 2025. And as Carol Markowitz in the New York Post tells us, they're just waiting for somebody to follow Donald Trump so they can go right back into prominence again. Thank you, Donald Trump, for doing anything you can to destroy these people and the Department of Education. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000. But it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%. Well, really, it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. The 9 a.m. hour is presented by Southern Exteriors. Quality and precision you can rely on.
There was less inflation last month.
The prices you pay for things rose at a smaller pace in November. The Consumer Price Index was up 2.7% for the year ending in November. Core CPI, excluding food and energy, rose 2.6%. Economists were predicting both numbers would top 3%.
Fox's Ginny Casola. We also got an unemployment update. First-time jobless claims fell by 13,000 last week, down to 224,000, though the number of people continuing to collect jobless benefits rose to almost 1.9 million. Now, President Trump says,
very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history.
In his address to the nation last night, he also told us,
for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation.
The president says he's fixing a mess he inherited from President Biden.
We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore.
And touting all the revenue his tariffs have brought in, the president announced he's giving U.S. military members a bonus check, $1,776 each. The Senate's Democratic leader was critical of the Trump speech. Chuck Schumer, in a statement, says the president lives in a bubble, completely disconnected from the reality everyday Americans are seeing and feeling, adding unemployment is going up and prices are going up. President Trump did not mention the U.S. military operation off the Venezuelan coast. Democrats question as illegal. There was another strike yesterday on a boat suspected of trafficking drugs, killing another 4 alleged narco-terrorists. New York is getting a new archbishop. Pope Leo has appointed somebody who, like him, is from Illinois. Bishop Ronald Hicks, who just said at a news conference,
I asked him to tell the Holy Father that I say yes with great humility.
Bishop Hicks replaces the retiring Cardinal Timothy Dolan, considered a prominent conservative in the U.S. Catholic Church. America's listening to Fox News.
We all know the importance of good daily habits, whether it's getting your steps in, stretching those limbs, or eating right. Doing it on the regular is key. That's why if you're dealing with everyday aches and pain, it's time to bring Relief Factor into your routine. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Developed by doctors, Relief Factor uses a special formula of 4 natural ingredients. Relief Factor doesn't just mask pain, it helps reduce or even eliminate it. In fact, the longer you take it, the more effective it is. So call 1-800-4-RELIEF and try their 3-week quick start for only $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Simply call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Wherever you're having pain, don't let it keep you from living the life you want. Make Relief Factor part of your daily routine. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4-RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF.
The news and talk I can trust. Extra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Extra on Extra 106.3. Thank you for being here. Can't thank you enough for making Extra 106.3 such a success this year, because without you, it's not and won't be. You are the spoke in the wheel. And obviously, along with the advertisers and then the content of the show, we all work together really well.
I really appreciate you saying that about me, Tug.
Well, dude, that's that's the way I believe.
I am the spoke in the wheel.
That's right. Am I wrong with
I'm
that?
the nail in your tire.
Well, I hope not. That's the last thing I want you to be.
Start to a good country song.
That's right. Ben Burnett joins me this morning, former Alpharetta City Councilman. You can hear his show, The Ben Burnett Show, here on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday on Extra, and then on any of the podcasting platforms. It's available to you there. But that's why I always say, and I try to be really vocal on behalf of our advertisers, because without them, we don't exist.
You don't get to sit here and do this?
We don't exist. And then the content that we provide as a station goes away, and find me another place in the market that you can get it. Certainly not in your 100-year historical home of conservatism, because that is gone. PE, strangely enough. We had that discussion.
It ruins everything.
It ruins everything.
Even good radio stations.
Good radio stations. That's exactly right. But that's why I'm so vocal about our advertisers. When you need a good or service, I'm not asking anybody to buy something that they don't need. But when it's time to get a new roof, call Southern Exteriors. Give them the first chance to earn your business.
And I'm always, Chuck, I love you.
Yeah, central heating and air conditioning.
I use them.
Give them the first opportunity to earn your business, because they share your values.
They won't, and I want you to know, if you call them, you're going to sign a deal on the long term, because the way that they position stuff is way better.
Yeah, it is.
Than anybody else.
With a maintenance agreement. They come out twice a year, make sure everything's on tip-top shape.
Whether you need it or not. They come out twice a year?
Absolutely. And everything's looking good. We're going to change out the filters and do a little tune-up, tighten up this, screw in that. Just because it's machinery. It's going to need to be maintained, no different than your car. And so, Honest Car Guy, True Prep. I mean, there's so many folks that are really, really involved with the station. Howard Brothers have been, just sponsors for a really long time.
If you need a bulldozer,
yeah, right, absolutely right. Well, they can hook that up, or a good riding lawnmower, or whatever, whether for your home or your business, because we love small businesses so much. I think if you'll give them the shot, they'll earn your business, and then you're dealing with a company that shares your values, and that's so important. Especially when you see, companies that do things directly opposite of your values, and you have to hold your nose when you go in and shop there or buy something with them.
100%. That's how it works,
dude. It is, and people have to do it all the time. So when you don't have to do it, I think it's nice.
And what's really funny is that there's a guy who used to work here a lot who works for our friends over at Solomon Brothers, and Nick Constantino.
Yeah.
Super dude, and
such a good dude.
He'll tell you radio advertising, like when people pay all the influencers and stuff and it doesn't work, he was like, this one still does.
Yeah, still to this day, radio advertising. It's the repetition. I believe in it. I've been doing it for a really long time, and you can be like, wow, of course you believe in it. He just pays your salary. But I've seen the results. I've actually seen it work where I've not seen a whole bunch of influencers. With the exception, my wife gets hooked on buying whatever the ad is on Instagram. She will.
Oh God, she's bankrupted you through influencer shopping.
Well, no, it's not even influencers. It's just an ad for a new shirt or a new brand or something like that. When it comes to clothes, that one gets her. Believe me, I've never bought anything.
I forget the clothing company that Livy Doon is repping now.
I'll look it up.
But they're all over Instagram and YouTube, and I don't feel like I'm the body type for this, but she's making me think about it.
Brand ambassador.
I'm not sure I want to see you put on whatever Livy Dunn's wearing.
Maybe Instagram disagrees.
She wears
with
it well.
Maybe Instagram disagrees
Start your own
with
account.
you.
Maybe start doing some try-ons.
There you go.
What do they call them? The hauls.
I'm trying to figure out.
Is it anthropology or cozy earth?
Surely it can't be anthropology.
Good people.
Viore.
Guess what? My wife just bought some of them.
Oh my God! So it's me and her.
I think that's it. Do they make men's stuff?
I don't know, but she's everywhere I need to be.
I feel that's
Hey
nothing.
now.
That's nothing to do with the clothes that she's selling.
I was actually telling. I've got a good friend who just is doing a big project called Hill Rose. I believe it's in Roswell. His name's Matt Capps, who was
sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was a baseball player.
Yes, of course.
And he lives out by me, and we trade notes. And he's the voice of the Pittsburgh Pirates, like 60 or 70 games a year. Lives in freaking Roswell, Georgia.
Yeah.
He's like, I just go back and forth. It's easy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I always wanted to kind of do Atlanta, but they just never loved me back. And,
wow.
But he's a listener of the show.
Get out of here.
You've got. He's actually good. He's really conservative.
Well, we need to have him on.
He's great, dude.
That'd be awesome. Talk about
the Pirates.
Yeah, well, no, I was just talking about just baseball and the things and the politics of baseball. I mean, I think there's probably a lot there that he could get into, shed some light on that people have maybe thought in the past.
Yeah,
and he can confirm or deny.
Well, and he says he talks about, is this Paul Skeens? That's his name? Her
Libby
boyfriend.
Dunn's, yep. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, dude, he's like the nicest guy of all time. And I was like, that's actually super cool because he's real good.
Yeah, he is. Talking about getting paid, that dude is going to get paid.
It's going to be a hard time to have a bad day if your name's Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
You're that good at throwing a baseball, and your girlfriend's Livy Dunn.
Yeah, freaking just smoke show. Goodness, yeah.
It's going to be hard to have a bad day.
What's the clothing company called? Viore?
Viore, I believe.
Maybe it's going to wind up being Livy and myself as the two spokespeople.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'm sure it will.
When they roll out the more to love category, I'm going to be right there.
The fluffy category.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think that's what my wife just bought for my son. If they have men's clothing.
Livy's laying it down.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She does well. Good for her, man. I want to bring in something that at Know It All Mom, she is a 4-hour club listener of the show. We were just talking about affordability and the reason Trump did the speech. She says, I think his team sees the turnaround, but the mainstream media isn't covering it. That's the way he gets in front of the messaging and can control it. State of the Union is too many news cycles away. I think that's a good observation.
I will say it before I've said it again. I don't disagree. Tell me your name.
Oh, Stephanie.
At
Know It All Mom.
I don't know that you. I can't disagree with your point. I will tell you politically that when you start explaining, it's not because it's going well.
Well, but he's going to do the same thing on the campaign trail.
But I think that to her point is like the mainstream media is not picking up on it. One, I'll be the devil's advocate. They don't want to.
Yeah, they hate him.
Because the best press and the best ratings that they ever get are
when it's negative against Trump.
And that's not going to change.
No, it's not. Absolutely. They're doing themselves a solid. And they're paying their bills.
I am hopeful,
like them or not,
that you are right about the economy.
I think most people see it, dude. I really do.
I hope so.
Because you see it.
So the thing that I grapple with is there's no getting around. I'm not one of these guys who's like, my kids are not going to inherit a country that was as good as the one I inherited. Like, I'm not that guy. The media is really pushing that hard. When you look at the fact that the house I live in today, in 2011 when I bought it, right by Milton High School was $200,000 and something and a 4% mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying everybody has a birthright to live in Buckhead or Alpharetta or buy their first home on West Paces Ferry. Like, I'm not that guy. But when it gets to be unaffordable for people to buy houses as 30-year-old people who want to get married and want to have kids, and they don't see how they're going to get there, I think that's real.
Of course it is. But when you open up the gates to 20 million people, the supply and demand of homes, I mean, in and of itself, you're seeing rents come down as people are being deported. Rents are coming down.
Well,
physically right now.
I'm just saying in a holistic way. I'm not talking rents. I'm talking about the vast majority of Americans got to be in the middle class and build long-term wealth by 401k and home ownership.
Without a doubt.
And one of them is tough to reach now when your average home buyer is approaching 40 years of age.
Of course, when it used to be 26, maybe,
and I was 30 or 31. I might have been late.
My wife and I were 20, I think we were 24.
So
25.
You see what I'm saying?
No, of course. But there's a reason that happened, right? There's a reason that and it's going to take time to correct that problem. It's not going to correct itself overnight. Right. I know.
And it won't correct at all if they don't stop printing endless amounts of money.
Yes, right. Exactly. You and I both agree on that. I think spending is out of control. And Donald Trump, as much as I agree with him on so many things, he is okay with spending money. He's a businessman. That would be the drawback, if there is one for me, for the president. I think that's the drawback. But we talked about it earlier. He feels like if I build an economy that's so robust, it's not going to matter. You know, we'll naturally make so much money. There'll be so much money in the economy. It's going to naturally bring down the deficits, or it won't even be an issue because we'll have so much more. That's his play, I believe.
And I think the tariffs are the right thing to do. But I also think that his messaging to mainstream America about bringing factories back to this country, I think is the right thing. And if you actually are honest and unpack that about wanting to repatriate that and build out the American industrial workforce, I'm pulling for him.
Me too.
And I think those are actually the blue dog Democrat days. I think, I really feel like I'm kind of the Sam Nunn guy from 30 years ago, where my father was as conservative as the day is long, and Sam Nunn was his favorite member of the United States Senate as a Democrat. And he said he cared about the troops, he cared about working class people. He wasn't like one of the New York, style liberal Democrats. But I think that is 100%. I think that's where the country is.
Yeah. There's a great clip. I've been meaning to play it, and I've been talking about it. I want you to hear this dude talk about what you need to protect your kid. And it kind of goes along with what you're saying, surprisingly. This dude's like, you must protect your kids, but who you're protecting them from is the funny part.
Hardest part about parenting has become protecting your kids from Democrats.
That's the truth, man. Because you talked about Sam Nunn that cared about, the working man cared about the
different
troops.
Day.
Dude, the Democrats do not care about our military. That I can tell as a guy that served. I remember serving under Bill Clinton, who you would say is a moderate Democrat.
In today's terms, for sure.
Without a doubt, but maybe even then.
Yeah. He could win in places that were moving to the right.
I remember seeing sailors on food stamps. I remember seeing sailors that needed help because they had a couple kids that they were having a hard time paying for under Bill Clinton.
It's not right, dude.
It's not right. And so a lot of people scoffing at the 1776 dividends for the military. Dude, I want our military to be taken care of. I think it's great that he's doing that. I love that he's doing that.
But I want him to do that for the right reasons and not as hey, we're going to get killed in the midterms and we got to make sure the military hangs on. It's the same thing with Kemp when he issues his rebates for $500.
Absolutely.
Always around election time.
I said on our show, Trump is taking a page out of the Brian Kemp playbook, and with that refund thing. But having seen it up close, it means something to me, man. I don't want a dude to be sitting off the coast of Iraq or sitting off the coast of UAE or sitting off the coast of Iran.
While his kids aren't eating well.
Exactly, dude. And it was happening. and it was happening. And under Joe Biden, it was happening. So it's important. Yes. Is it politically savvy to do? Yes. But is there a true benefit to it? Also, yes.
I am excited. I want me to be wrong and you to be right. So I'll say that. I hope you're the guy who's right. I can just tell you, and I know we've wanted to talk about it for a little while, if he can't persuade the independent voters by the time the primary season is done, he's going
bad
to
news.
It is not, and it's not, and that's I fear I'm right. And I know I get the economic cycles. You know, it's the same way. Whoever is like launching all these crazy attacks against Burt Jones at Christmas, you're lighting money on fire. Because I'm thinking about Santa Claus.
That's exactly right. Nobody's paying attention to that. Like, I didn't even know that it was an anti-Burt Jones ad. I literally didn't know until I saw the article somewhere.
And they don't know who it is.
And they don't know who it is. And we had tried to get Burt to come on the show today. He just wasn't able to do it. That was going to be my first question. Who do you think it is?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious who he thinks is launching the anti-Burt Jones attacks against Burt Jones in a time when it doesn't matter. Dude, I'm not the most politically savvy guy. Because I've never worked in politics, I'd never do that.
No, not
just because from my marketing background, I would never do that.
Well, not when people are paying attention to other stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who's
like in
thought about-
January and February, when you want to start calling people unethical criminals and why you're right and somebody's wrong, I get it after the turn of the year.
I even
because
think
he's a
you gotta
front
wait.
runner.
Right, but I think you got to wait till February, March.
I agree. That's the same point.
Yeah. You just got to wait.
I'm just saying, if you're willing to light money on fire at Christmas time, I bet there's a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, like a Soros back something.
Yeah, but I am legitimately, like, that bothers me, the messaging that goes against him because he didn't grow up. And I'll just be candid with you. I've talked to him because it kind of bugs him too.
I'm sure it does.
Because he grew up from a family who has done well, and they've done well. That's what I want for my kids.
Of course it is.
Because
you always want your kids to do better than you did.
Right. And I don't necessarily and I told him, I said, dude, the thing that I would tell you to combat that, you walked on and got to be a starter at the University of Georgia.
You're talking about adversity.
You are not born into wealth that looks like that. You can't buy your way onto that field in the SEC.
That's right. 100%, dude. That's work ethic. That is being committed.
He's so talented.
That is doing getting there early, staying late, studying the playbook when other guys are out having cold beers and racing cars and things.
We need to next time. It's going to be tough because he's going to be.
I would never say that to him. I would never.
I think we have. But we say that to him in the off season.
Yeah,
we're not going to do it in primary season, Bert.
Yeah, no, I would never say it to him just because I don't know. It just seems like.
Were you racing Hellcats when you were at the University of Georgia?
No, the answer is no, because I don't think they weren't in a position to race Hellcats then.
No, he's already told me. He's like, hey, when I'm actually running, do we have to always talk about the WWF? You're like, can we keep it in between? I was like, yeah, but that's not what the people want. They love
It's
that
interesting because we always wait till the very end to bring in Georgia or Braves or depending on who the guest is. We always wait till the end to bring. He didn't like that?
No. He's good. you got to keep him out of trouble. Like, I'm not trying to put him in the paper for the wrong reason.
Well, yeah, but I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to bring up racing Hellcats necessarily, but I mean, I enjoy talking about Georgia football with him because I find that story interesting.
It is interesting. Yeah. I just think he has a lot of talent, and I think that Georgia is going to have to rally around him. And I think the primary's already over. I really do.
Yeah, because he's gonna walk away with it.
I do, and I've got friends that are in the race in other places.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think he's.
And I am like, I want to figure out who this is, and I want to let's light them up.
Yeah,
I want to shine lights on them.
There you go, light them up, light them up. He's singing songs in here. When we come back on Extra 106.3, if you like Christmas carols, boy, this is going to be good for you. You're going to love Kimmer's Christmas carols.
Live and local news talk continues at 3 p.m. with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's the Kimmer Show, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Get a great deal on a new Subaru and give back. It's really that easy. For every new Subaru bought or leased during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru of Gwinnett will make a donation to national and local charities that our owners care about. The Subaru Share the Love event has supported more than 2,700 hometown charities. And by the end of our 18th year, Subaru and retailers like Subaru of Gwinnett will have donated more than $350 million to charity. It's the reason why we say Subaru of Gwinnett is more than a car dealer. We always go the extra mile for our community. And during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event, you get a great vehicle and support a great cause. With every new Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru will donate $250 to your choice of charities. Additionally, for every Subaru vehicle routine visit during the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru of Gwinnett will donate $5 to our hometown charity. But it's only happening now through January 2nd, so hurry in to Subaru of Gwinnett, Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, and online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
The future of business in Georgia is bright, and Georgia Power is a driving force behind the businesses and organizations that are vital to the growth of the state. Just ask Mike Plant, President and CEO of the Braves Development Company.
I think back about 2003 when I started with the Braves and just knew we had to create a destination that people wanted to come to year-round. We had a blank canvas, and I think we had a pretty good feel for what would be a year-round destination, mixed-use development, lifestyle center, all those. Fortunately, we have this incredible relationship long-term with Georgia Power. Right away, they saw our vision, they got our vision, they understood it, and they knew they needed to be a big part of that. So we're running our daily operation at the same time we're building this massive infrastructure and mixed-use development and the ballpark all at the same time.
To learn more about how Georgia Power is helping businesses big and small, visit GeorgiaPower.com and tune in all year to discover how they're powering the future of Georgia.
A company that has been trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years has already done their hometown homework, like having the very best people, fair, honest pricing, exceptional customer service, and a focus on high-quality work. That's us. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Sometimes new isn't better, like out-of-town home improvement companies invading Atlanta with their inflated pricing and subpar work. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.
Hey, it's the Kimmer. How's it going? Let me ask you something. Are you paying more for your health insurance than your mortgage or your rent? You might be amazed at how many people are. December 15th, as we know, came and went, and most folks think, well, you're stuck. We kept warning you. You do it by then or you're out. Well, you'd be trapped in that Unaffordable Care Act business. Some of those premiums, practically a second mortgage, outrageous. Well, the truth is you're not stuck. Not necessarily. My guy, Steven Weinberger, the health insurance doctor. He has corporate-style benefit plans, don't follow government deadlines. If you qualify, he can still get you a January 1st start date even now. Those plans offer nationwide PPO coverage, zero deductible for many families, $5,000 or $10,000 a year in savings. Stop paying for a second mortgage for health insurance. Here's the number, 678-523-0759, thehealthinsurancedoctor.net. Steven Weinberger solves problems before you see them coming, before they happen. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
Americold Logistics, LLC, Atlanta, Georgia, and any unanticipated locations throughout the U.S. seeks a supply chain strategy analyst, job code TM1225. Design, supply chain, and transportation solutions to support revenue growth for BD department. Requires master's degree in global supply chain management, logistics, industrial engineering, or related, and 1 year of experience in the job as an automation systems analyst, network engineer, or related occupation. Experience can have been gained prior to degree and/or with Americold. $61,360 to $75,421 per year. Mail resume to Barbara Bishop, 10 Glen Lake Parkway, Northeast, South Tower, Suite 600, Atlanta, Georgia 30328.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
The stories that matter to you. These are your Georgia headlines.
It's Thursday, December 18th. An 18-year-old student from Georgia was among the victims of the shooting at Brown University. Jacob Spears of Evans, Georgia, is recovering after being shot in the stomach while taking a final exam. He managed to get out of the building and was rushed to the hospital. Family members have traveled to Providence to be by his side. The shooting left 2 people dead and several others injured. Police continue to search for a suspect. No arrests have been made. 5 new charter schools in Georgia are set to receive more than $9 million in startup grants to help get ready for opening. The funding will cover items like furniture, curriculum, and other essential supplies. Each school can receive up to $2 million to prepare for students arriving next fall. Among the funded schools are one with a healthcare training focus and another that will serve students with special needs. 4 of the 5 schools are located in the metro Atlanta area. And police in Woodstock have arrested 2 men caught on camera vandalizing the City Center East parking deck downtown. Authorities say 27-year-old Carson Roden-Wee and 33-year-old Anthony DeHessler were identified from video footage showing them riding mini bikes and damaging an elevator inside the parking garage. The pair were booked into Cherokee County Jail and face multiple charges, including felonies. Today's weather, scattered showers with a high of 63. With your headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Extra 106.3.
All right, so the moment we've been talking about and apologizing and trying to get all set up.
Apologize ahead of time at 5:58. I remember.
So I started looking into it. As it turns out, I was able to locate a passion project, I believe. Who knew that Kimmer was so into Christmas? I mean, he talks about how much one of his favorite holidays, enjoys being around the family, getting together with people, not going to Christmas parties, but still enjoying the holidays. And when I started looking into it, Kimmer has been part of a Christmas album. Do you know this?
I had no idea.
Jerry, were you aware of any of this sort of stuff?
No.
And you worked with him.
Yeah.
Prior
just
to.
never came up.
And so I started, trying to collect up all the songs. And interestingly enough, for this edition, for the 2025 version, a lot of them are about what he wants for Christmas, but they're all set to like Christmas classics. Like you'll recognize, hey, that's kind of built off of a particular song.
Okay.
And so this first one is called MILF Hunter Christmas.
Well, I said one more time.
MILF Hunter Christmas.
Okay.
Here's what you got.
Okay.
No crib for a bed. Old Kimmer lays down his gray, weary head. The stars in the sky look down where he lies, dreaming of meals with those bedroom eyes. He plays for a hookup, a 40-year-old, a hot neighborhood mom who won't leave him cold. She's gotta live close, just a short walk away. 'Cause Kimber's night vision ain't great these days. He don't mind bad credit or kids running wild. He'll love her and leave her, then nap like a child. He'll finish up quick, then he's out like a light. So she better be loco, no long drive at night.
There we go. So he's just hoping for the right woman, preferably in her 40s.
A MILF.
Yeah.
Look it up. You don't know. And he'll finish up quickly.
And if she has bad credit and kids,
no problem.
He's fine with that.
Oh, she's good looking.
As long as she's good looking. So there's your first one for
none of those ladies that Kimmer, Boards was talking about.
No. And in fact, as I was scanning the album cover, it's Kimmer with an attractive woman.
Of course it is.
Of course. So
Kimmer Babe, I think they're called.
Yes, absolutely. Now, that was his what he was looking for Christmas. Apparently, he's also looking for other things. We've joked around for years that Flounder might be his blood boy, gives him some extra juice. Just say he needs a little pick-me-up.
Transfusion.
Gets the blood out of Flounder. Apparently, though, he really has a hankering for Jerry. He wants what Jerry has to offer on top of his head. Take a listen.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring.
So good.
Flounder's youth and Jerry's hair will make them this Christmas rare. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime in jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing and blood-soaked delight. Kimmer's gonna steal it all tonight. What a bright time, it's the right time to drain the kid dry. Jingle bell time is a swell time to take what he can't buy. Flounder's tired of giving blood every week. He's still and he's weak, but Kimmer don't speak. It's Christmas, he's taking it all by force. No more asking nice, straight from the source. Giddy up,
There we go.
Santa.
So there's his plan, is to take Jerry's hair.
That's right. Which I would like quick.
And Flounder's blood.
That's right. I would like Jerry's hair too, by the way. If I could
attached to it. Thank you.
No, but just something like it. Then I mean, like Kimmer actually wants yours and is willing to do whatever it takes to get it. But I'd like that too.
So I didn't know that there was a song that's been inspired to talk about Christmas in Vietnam.
Me either.
But this is what we've got now. I will acknowledge this song is actually pretty cool because it talks about the kind of service that Kimmer did for his country, and that's why he's the man. Take a listen.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas back in Vietnam. With the jungle all around and the tracers in the sky, Kimmer was holding strong. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Charlie on the run. But the fiercest sight to see was the firefight that he brought Telly Bresnan. With his M16, a pair of jungle boots, and a helmet on his head. Claymores out in front and a radio by his bed. He spent the holidays chasing Charlie through the trees, killing for Uncle Sam on Christmas Eve. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Ted came rolling in. The Viet Cong thought they'd surprise us New Year's Day, but Kimmer had a grin. They lanced that big offensive, thought they'd take the town, but Kimmer sent them all to meet Jesus underground. With grenades and rifles blazing in the morning light, he gave them Christmas gifts they'll never forget that night.
There we go. There's a Vietnam Christmas.
Killing for Uncle Sam on Christmas.
And sending them to meet Jesus. To meet Jesus.
That's what a Christmas gift. I mean, that's
It is. It's a great gift for Christmas.
If you're a Christian, that's your striving. To get
Right.
there.
It's like, hey, Kimmer made a point. Get rid of all these communists. Gonna send them to meet Jesus.
That's right. Kill them all. Let God sort them out.
All right, so we've got a few more. So one of the stories we've always heard about, and this typically happens in radio. A lot of the guys that have a lot of vacation, they will typically take a lot of time off. Like I said, today's my last day. Tug's last day's tomorrow, and then everyone else will start rolling in. We've got a great group that's going to be subbing in for us. But when that happens on the Kimmer Show, every year Pete tries to kill Kimmer to take his show. Like, this is an ongoing thing. Like, Kimmer knows about it.
And he allows it?
And he just kind of rolls with it. Like, I think he just kind of laughs at it because Kimmer's too quick for this stuff.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to be.
So this is Winter Wonderland of Death.
I love the big horns.
Feels so Christmassy, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. Pete's got a sinister plan. He wants to be the man. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the trust now. Here to stay is the mistrust now. Pete sings a poisonous song as he plots all day long. Walking in a winter wonderland. Under the car, he planted a bomb. But he blow Kimmer sky high with a boom. Kimmer just smiled, Jock, and played Myers calm. Said, nice try, Pete, go back to your room. Later on, by the stable, Pete's scheme was truly unstable. He doped up the horse with coke.
What?
Kimmer spotted the joke. Walking in a winter wonderland.
Tried to get his horse all coked up.
Go buck them all.
In the middle we can build a snowman, but Pete will lace it with cyanide. Man, he'll say, have a carrot, Kimmer won't share it. Walking in a winter wonderland.
That seems pretty devious.
Who knew how devious Pete really was?
Well,
I mean, it's been written, but somebody's taken the time to write that down.
He's trying to get a hold of the show
and never let it go.
I mean, ricin in the snowman.
Dude, that's awful.
Trying to coke up
the horse?
Kimmer's horse.
Why
It's just
would-
mean.
What happens to the horse? His heart might
I would
explode.
imagine that's got to be tough on the horse. All right, 2 more songs to go. So we do have one, and it's going to sound a lot like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
All right, I love that.
But I believe it is a celebration song. It's, you get called upon to serve. I mean, that's the idea of Rudolph.
It's an honor.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole story of Rudolph is kind of being the different reindeer.
And then when they needed you,
he was able to step up
and did the job.
That's what we got here.
Kimmer the Marine from the Corps had a very shiny beard.
Oh, nice.
And if you ever saw him, you'd know he'd had a few beers. All of the other Marines used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Kimmer join in any barroom brawl. He'll scare the nosy folks next door with bursts out in the yard. He drinks too much this time of year.
Transfusions out here.
That's true.
In assless chaps. Oh, Lord. But you can trust old Kimmer with firearms in his hand.
Well, yeah, of course, yes. Trusty.
He's steady as a rock boy. A true Marine Corps man. He also wants a motorcycle with a sidecar seat for Pete.
Oh, see, it all comes back together. Thank you. That's perfect.
That's really the Christmas spirit right there.
Right, it's just about what he's about.
Serving and forgiving.
And he just wants guns for Christmas.
And who doesn't, really?
Right. That's the big one.
The one that stands out to me, though, a little bit, that the Marine Corps, I'd be surprised that they're okay with the assless chaps. I a little bit.
Well, I mean, from what I understand from the song, that's gets a little boozed up during the holidays and stands outside the yard intimidating his neighbors that way.
Yeah, with firearms and assless chaps.
I mean,
who hadn't done that once or twice?
Aren't they all? But it just sounds more funny when you actually point out that it's assless chaps.
Yes.
You can't argue with results.
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
That's right. That's a great point.
Pre-apology
used.
This is the
so
here's our final song. This is because let's face it, Kimmer always talks about how putting up with Kimmer is a task when it comes to women. He talks about it.
He's a handful.
Yes, he's like, he's a pain. Now, we love him. We know what he's all about, but he talks about how it's just how much Kimmer you can take, right?
Yep.
Then there's this song about what he wants for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
All I want for Christmas is Tug's mom.
Wait, what?
All I want for Christmas is Tug's mom. And see how much Kimmer she can take. I don't want a doll, no fancy place Close-ified. I only want that MILF who's waiting by the door. All I want for Christmas is Tug's mom.
That was guns.
So I can make her moan and shake.
Hang on.
I want to slide in
Kimmer, that's awful. I can't believe you wrote that about my mama.
Hold on, we got a strong verse here.
how much Kimmer she can take.
I get it.
Kimmer. I'd love to be her man and call Tug my stepson. We'd play some catch out back and have a little fun.
Aw.
But
How
if
sweet.
that doesn't work, I really would care. As long as I still get to take Tug's mom upstairs.
I mean, I would be honored to have you as a stepfather, but come on. The moaning and shaking, that's too far, Kimmer. That's too
it's
far.
pretty-
You can't talk about my mama like that.
I can't believe that was written.
That's terrible, Kimmer.
I can't believe that of all this, and that's like the big hit on the album.
Well, yeah, I guess so. It's like Two Live Crew, Christmas version.
So no wonder when he saw you in the Battery,
Yeah, he acted like he didn't know.
acted like he didn't know you. He knew it was coming out.
Yeah, that's right. He knew I was going to find out the impure thoughts he has about my mother. I can't wait to tell Mama.
558.
That's right.
The pre-apology.
I remember. I'm getting a T-shirt that just says "Remember 558." That way, I can lean back on my on grace and show grace this holiday season.
Can't wait to send all those to the Kimmer show and be like, which one do you want to play?
Well, I've been told there'll be an encore performance of those.
Dude, they're so good. Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Xtra. Hope you enjoyed that. It was so much fun to put together and to listen to. 9 o'clock hour brought to you by Southern Exteriors, your home exterior solution since 1999. 877-9Southern, southernexteriors.co. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show and turn you over to the Glenn Beck program, Clay and Buck, the biggest show in all of conservative media. And then, of course, the Kimmer asking for those Christmas carols this afternoon. It's Tug and Los on Xtra.
The latest sports news, powered by 680 The Fan, and driven to extra listeners by RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs, Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz connection since 1964.
Here are your sports headlines for Thursday, December 18th. From the NBA, the Hawks are back in action tonight after the NBA Cup break against the Charlotte Hornets. Trae Young was a full participant in practice on Wednesday. He's coming off an MCL sprain that has had him sidelined since the end of October. He's questionable for tonight's game. Kristaps Porzingis is out with an illness. The Hawks are now 15-12 on the season. Tip-off at the Spectrum Center in Charlotte is set for 7 p.m. And in the NFL, Week 16 starts tonight with the Los Angeles Rams heading to Seattle as the Seahawks play host for Thursday Night Football. Both NFC West teams are 11-3. The Rams are favored by 1.5. Kickoff is set for 8:15. With your sports headlines, I'm Jerry Payne for Xtra 106.3.
Hey, it's Los. Let's talk about Howard Brothers. And I'm going to be very, very honest. What is my favorite thing in Howard Brothers outside of the people? It's the Traeger grills. Every single time the new models come in, I start asking questions. Okay, what do we got? What are we dealing with this time around? What supplies do I need? That is where now I think I've owned Traegers for 13, 14 years. I've only got them from Howard Brothers. Give the gift that brings families together. Give the gift that when your loved one finds out you got them a Traeger, whether you want to put it under the tree, you want to set it outside, they're going to be extremely excited about that holiday magic. You can slow cook brisket. That's one of the main ones. Holiday ham, I made one for Thanksgiving. Turkey, I smoked a turkey, 7 or 8 hours. It was ready to go. Cookies, you can make that on a Traeger grill. In fact, look into it. Get the app. It makes it foolproof. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. You will be one of the best cooks in your neighborhood, on your street, wherever you want to be before you know it. Visit Howard Brothers today and find the perfect Traeger grill for your holiday wish list. Do not wait. Santa's sleigh, it's going to fill up. You're going to run out. You want to get this taken care of. Howard Brothers, family owned, locally trusted, and ready to make your Christmas unforgettable.
It's here. It's called winter. Is your furnace ready to make sure you're warm inside and you keep the cold weather outside? Well, if you're not sure, you need to talk to the folks at Central Heating and Air Conditioning. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation locally owned HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and it's still that way today. Give Central a call at 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. Central Heating and Air Conditioning can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Carrier products, carrier warranty, carrier peace of mind. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, your Atlanta carrier expert since 1947. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com. That's 770-GET-HEAT, centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Work hard, save your money, then retire. Unfortunately, it's not so simple anymore. While we all have different goals for the future, one thing everyone wants to know is, am I going to be okay? At Atlas Retirement, Evan Ward can help you find better ways to protect your savings with a plan customized to your retirement goals. Call 678-252-5224 and tune in to North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan with Evan Ward, Saturdays at 3 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 11:30, right here on Extra 106.3.
Hey, folks, how you doing? Kimmer here. Before you hang those Christmas lights, get your outdoor space looking sharp. My friends at Stovall & Company have been doing it right for over 75 years. Family-owned business, locally run. They've opened their 11th location up there in Canton, Union Hill Road. You know, they have everything, by the way, trees and shrubs and stone and soil and irrigation supplies, all wholesale stuff, and they'll even deliver. If you need it right there, it's probably already on the way. Family business doing the year strong. Visit StovallInc.com. They have it all. StovallInc.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
You know, Los, we found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee.
How do you prove that?
We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal.
How much can people save when they buy their next vehicle with the Honest Car Guy?
I've saved people upwards of $20,000 and $30,000. I mean, it really depends on the year, the make, the model of the car, and the price of the car. You know, on a $15,000 car, I can't save you $20,000. We can probably save you $2,000 or $3,000. But it's through the course of the whole sale. The big one here that people don't realize, the financing. You go into the dealership, they tell you your rate's 9%. Well, really, it's probably 7% because they're allowed to make 2 points on there. The Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, try the Honest Car Guy. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Hey there, it's Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly. I love celebrating this magical time of year with my community. If you're looking for a place to connect this holiday season, you need to check out Smyrna First United Methodist.
I'm Evie with Smyrna First United Methodist. We invite you to celebrate hope with us. On Monday, December 22nd, join us for a live nativity and Holy Communion from 5 to 8 p.m. Then, on Christmas Eve, we have 4 beautiful candlelight services between 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
That sounds wonderful. What about after Christmas?
We're kicking off the new year with our Elevate Youth Weekend, and we don't want you to miss it. And if you need a little personal inspiration, check out my podcast on Spotify, On Purpose with Purpose.
There is always something happening at Smyrna First United Methodist Church. Visit smyrnafumc.org for details. Remember, everyone is invited, and our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Need a break from all the political talk? Tune into Holy Crap It's Sports with Pete Davis every weekday at 5:20 on The Kimmer Show. It's your daily dose of what's hot in the sports world, from the field to the locker room, with Pete's unfiltered opinion and a side of laughs. It's smart, it's funny, it's sports with edge. Holy Crap It's Sports. Catch it at 5:15 only on The Kimmer Show on Xtra 106.3.
Tug and Los until 10 on the Morning Extra and Extra 106.3. Wanted to wrap the show with George in Marietta because we talked about this earlier, and George is a living example of it. George, how are you, man?
Guys, I'm great. How about y'all?
Dude, could not be better. Better than we deserve. We're living in America, the greatest country on earth.
Absolutely. So I'm going to lead. You may not know this. What I'm actually going to tell you first is that I've been a customer of Stovall since 1990.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, they've just treated me great. Started a landscape business years and years ago and fell into their line, and they're awesome. I was there yesterday getting some bushes in Marietta.
Nice. That's awesome.
But what I called about was that when you guys were talking about radio promotions, this, that, and the other, and the fact that I've known Stovall for so long, and when you started talking about Southern Exteriors,
yes, sir,
and we decided we needed to do something to the house because we've been there almost 40 years, and it needed to have a lot done.
Yes, sir.
So they have been at my house. Today's the 8th day.
Wow.
They have almost completed all the siding. It's been outstanding. All the soffit and fascia is already done. And we're actually going to get gutters from them. We're going to get windows from them. And early next year, I'm getting a roof from them.
Wow, man, that's awesome. And I'm so glad that those guys are doing exactly what I tell people all the time that they do. They here's what we're doing. And here's the person that you're in contact with, and they're going to, see the progress through. Because I did go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I did some interior remodeling about probably 12 months ago now, and it was the biggest disaster I'd ever experienced in my life. And I said I would never, ever, ever do this again. I'm going to.
I mean, we've been frozen kind of in that fear a little bit for years about doing something and then having neighbors that have done things and it didn't necessarily go that well. And some things. I was talking to a guy the other day who owns a laundromat up here in town, and not long ago he had siding and some window work done, and he talked about having to be the project manager on site, and that they did, like, the first 3 days, everything they did was wrong.
Wow. Dude, I'm so glad, George.
And I'm like, well, not these guys. I said, Cliff, the sales guy that came out and met with us, just super. And the crew's there at 7:30 to 7:35 every day, waiting to get started.
Yeah, Lance, Bradley, Mike, Noah over at Southern Exteriors, top of the line, and it sounds like Cliff falls right into that category. I'm just glad, George, that that my word is true, and that means a lot to me. So speaking on their behalf, being able
that's
to,
why I wanted to holler at you.
Thank you.
They showed up today in the drizzle a little bit to finish some things up and kind of clean up. Not done. Should be done probably tomorrow with siding. But I was like, they're talking about these commercials. Let me call them because completely believe in somebody that, is on your station. So.
Thank you, George. We appreciate you. There you go. Southern Exteriors, perfect reason to call. 877-9Southern, southernexteriors.co. For Ben and Los and Jeray and George now, too. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Live and local news talk continues at 3 p.m. with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's the Kimmer Show, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.